Welcome to Dixie High School for 4A state playoff football on a Friday night. Early window game here from Dixie High School as the Flyers, the 13 seed, playing host to the Logan Grizzlies. Glad you're with us here inside our House of Jump pregame show. Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela with you. Got the whole crew here coming at you on the Fan Sports Network, on the live stream on the fansportsnetwork.com, KSLSports.com, and also on KVNU, coming at you on Cache Valley Daily.com up in Logan. So we are all over the state tonight, and Paul, we are ready for some playoffs.
We are corner to corner and excited about having old school, old traditional Utah high schools, Dixie High in the far southwest corner and Logan High in the far northeast corner. So we are covering the whole state, and that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Every kid, I mean, when you go out and start playing high school football, this is where you want to be, is in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Top 8 seeds got byes. 9 through 16 are hosting games tonight at home sites, and then 17 through 24 are on the road tonight across the state. So 3 Region 9 teams going tonight, but this is the 5 o'clock game. The other 2 in Region 9 down here in southern Utah, or Iron County for that matter, because you got Pineview at Cedar, and then you got Hurricane at Desert Hills. Other games in the 4A bracket tonight. How about Payson and Mountain View tonight? Stansbury and Jordan. Jordan, your alma mater, Paul.
Alma mater. Go Beat Diggers. They're not good.
22 seed.
Yeah, they're not good, but they get to play a playoff game tonight. So
other matchups, Mountain Crest is hosting Tooele tonight, and you've got Salem Hills hosting Uinta, and then could be a good one between Spanish Fork and Bear River tonight. The team the Jordan Beat Diggers beat in a snow game back in the day when you were in high school, huh, buddy?
Way back when they landed a helicopter on the field to blow the snow off, so it's pretty impressive.
Are you being serious?
I'm serious. It snowed like 5 inches the night before the game. They landed a helicopter on the field to blow the snow off so we could play Bear River.
Yeah, that was before snowblowers were invented. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I was just amazed we had a helicopter, like Fred Flintstone. But.
One of the big storylines tonight, you can see the captains for our video audience walking towards the 50. You can see number 13, the wide receiver of the Dixie Flyers, Jackson Barbin, is on crutches, broken fibia. He is out for the season, probably might not even be able to play basketball this season with that injury that happened in the Crimson game. It was on a 50-yard reception over the middle on a post route, and ankle got trapped and it broke. So hate it for the senior. And Paul, that means other guys are going to have to step up for the Dixie offense.
Absolutely. If we're going to talk about the keys for Dixie, the first one is find some production to replace your team captain, guy that's your leading receiver, guy that plays big, makes big plays. You mentioned it was a 50-yard play when he got hurt. So got to find some production to replace him. Other guys step up. You got to take the ball away and protect the ball. When Dixie's lost this year, they've lost the turnover battle, so that's key for them. And the other one is they got to play their game. They're the favorites in this game. They're playing at home. They got to play their game, not play down to their opponent, nothing else. Take care of their business, execute, and do the things that they got to do. If you're talking about what Logan has to do, on the opposite side of that coin, when you're a big underdog, what you got to do is you got to keep it close. Find a way to keep the game close, whether that's turnovers, just flip the field with a long punt, something like that, and definitely win the chaos plays, the turnovers, the sacks, those kinds of things. They got to make the chaos plays. And then the other thing they got to do is they got to find some rhythm. They haven't won a game for a long time. So if they're going to have any hope of competing in this game, they've got to get some rhythm, especially on offense.
Yeah, you can see 2 captains for the Logan Grizzlies on the other side. They're out tonight. Number 4, Connor Peters, and number 5, Cooper Red. They got their uniforms on, but no shoulder pads. So those 2 guys are out with injuries as well. Red, that you really hated for him, 31 carries, 498 yards, a senior receiver, 4 touchdowns. He can't go. So, I mean, that's what happens. You get to the end of the season, and you hope, and you knock on wood, and you hope you get injury-free football. But as we know, it's a physical sport, and injuries are part of the game. So some key injuries to both these teams heading into this first round 4A matchup.
Yeah, depth is key, and depth comes from conditioning. So the guys that have been working hard since it was too hot to breathe in St. George are the guys that are going to need to show up tonight.
Want to look at the quarterback comparison. Keaton Pond, senior for the Logan Grizz, 96 out of 175, 1123 passing, 11.7 per completion, 54%. 9 touchdowns, but 9 interceptions for Pond. He's going to need to turn in a pretty good performance today if Logan's going to come away with an upset road victory.
Yeah, their offense has not produced a ton, so that's one of the keys that I was saying. They have to find some rhythm, maybe get them some short passes, some swing passes, screen passes, something to get Pond in a rhythm if they're going to hope to compete in this game tonight.
Wyatt Truman, Flyers junior quarterback, didn't start every game early in the season. In fact, they started Brock Parrish the first 2 weeks, but then Parrish left the program. Truman took over and has been the guy the entire region season. 108 completions on 223 attempts, 1,464 yards. It's only a 48% completion ratio, 14 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. But man, 9 of those 16 have come in the last 2 weeks against Crimson and Snow Canyon, 2 really good defenses. They're the number 2 and the number 7 seed in this 4A state tournament, both on byes tonight. So Coach Munkers came on the show a little bit earlier in the week with me, and he said, hey, we're going to simplify a little bit for Wyatt, but it's not all on our junior quarterback. There's a lot that goes into those plays, and there was plenty of mistakes, receivers breaking off routes or running the wrong route. And so they've been working hard on, the other key that we were probably going to get to, and that's not turning the ball over. In the playoffs, you just can't afford to turn over the ball 5 times or even 4 times and expect to win football games.
A couple of those throws that he made are where he makes a throw that's high or a throw that's behind a receiver. The receiver gets a hand on the ball, kills the ball in the air. That's setting it up for a defensive back to intercept. So he has to get the ball on his receivers in their hands so that they're not tipping the ball and giving the opportunities to the defense.
Grizzlies did win the toss. They deferred, so the Flyers will have the football first. Let's look at our Team D auto sales X Factors tonight. Who's your X Factor for the Flyers?
I think my X Factor is going to be Junior Coughlin.
Both ways. He plays both ways. He never comes off the field.
Yeah, plays both ways. If he has a big game, the Flyers will have a big game.
And for the Grizzlies, is it their quarterback or is there somebody else?
I think it is. I think if they're going to have success, it's got to be on number 3's shoulders. He's been their leader all year. He's got to be their leader tonight if they're going to compete.
Glad you're with us here on the Fan, on the radio, on the live stream statewide. Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela. Kickoff tonight brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. And a right foot into that kick. And we are underway. Lopez short on the boundary. Allman picks it up at the 20, makes a move running north and south near the 25, and that's where the junior quarterback Wyatt Truman will set up shop. Truman has still a lot of playmakers even without the services of Jackson Barber. It's been a very productive year for Rand Sawyer. 44 carries, 278 yards. He's also caught 25 passes for 449 more yards. He's got 5 receiving touchdowns, and he's got 6 rushing touchdowns, 11 total. Silas Russell wearing 23 kind of does remind you of San Francisco's number 23, Christian McCaffrey. Small but shifty, very elusive.
And very tough. Tough to tackle, always falls forward.
They go empty. Jet sweep action. They hand it to Rand Sawyer. He'll put his foot in the dirt, cut back, change direction, bounce off a would-be tackle. Still fighting for yards. Lost the football. Ball is loose. Who's got it? And I believe it will be second down. Flyers get back on top of it. And it was Allman, number 24, for Coach Blaine Munkers, the legendary Flyers coach, that was able to recover that Rand Sawyer fumble.
Yeah, Rand Sawyer needs to go give him a big hug and tell him thanks, because we talked about taking care of the ball, and that was a bad way to start the game.
Second down. Here is Truman. Silas Russell flanking. They give it to Russell right up the middle. And tackle made by number 30 of the Grizzlies, but not before a good gain. Carter Jensen, the third. And that'll be a Red Rock Real Estate first down. Take a look at a Holbrook Asphalt replay. Appreciate Holbrook Asphalt as well, bringing the replays all night long. And fans, listen up, especially if you're in St. George, because after tonight's game, if the Flyers score over 25 points, you win. You get 5 ounces free frozen yogurt at the St. George only Yogurtland. It's the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Fake it. Truman still got it, dangling that thing around, and he's going to be tackled. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. Looked like he was trying to maybe throw an option out there to Junior Coughlin.
I think it was a little bit of a broken play where he got the defense from Logan did a good job to realize that he wanted to have that little RPO and kind of stood in the passing lane. So he had to choose to tuck it and run. He still got 4 yards out of it. That's pretty good. If you look at the lines, it's clear that the offensive line from Dixie is winning the weight battle. So it's yet to be seen who wins the toughness battle, but Dixie's line is much larger.
Scissor action in the backfield. They'll give it to Silas Russell. Russell's going to take it into Grizzly territory to the 48-yard line, and that's another Flyer first down. You know, it's interesting. You got Cache Valley School District, but Logan is in their own little entity, the Logan School District, and their boundaries have kind of been shrunk, and you've had a lot of athletes that have went to the Green Canyons or the Skyviews or the Mountain Crests or whatever the case might be up there. And so, you know, it's been tough. I know a lot of people petitioned Logan to actually go down to 3A, but that did not get granted in the realignment the last time around. So they're staying in 4A with all the other teams up there in Cache Valley. Jet sweep action, cutting it back is Junior Coughlin. Hit and drop. Nice tackle by number 50 for the Grizz, and that is Jack Strabar. And Strabar is junior defensive lineman making his first stop of the night. Is it night yet, Paul? 5:05?
We can call it night. We're used to these games starting at 7 o'clock, so it's all night.
By the way, for the Logan Grizzly fans, I don't know what the temperature in Logan is right now. I can check. But right now, kickoff temperature, 89 degrees here. That means the field turf temperatures. There's another runoff left tackle for another Flyer first down to the 36. Turf temperature is over 100 degrees down there. So pretty hot for these Logan Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice and cool this morning, but as the sun came up on this beautiful St. George day, it's a warm day.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the hotter days. It's been actually, highs have been, 81, 82 last 5 or 6 days, but yesterday and today kind of warming back up a little bit. Here we are in mid to late October, and still almost touching my truck's at 92 degrees about an hour ago. Rand Sawyer's going to do a trick play. He's going to throw on the run. He's got David Barchi behind the defense, and Barchi's going to score the 37-yard Flyer touchdown. A little trickeration, and the Flyers strike first.
That was a perfect time to run that play. They had good rhythm going, and pulled out. Sawyer rolls to his right, pulls up and throws a perfect pass.
And he kind of gathered it quickly, and Barchi was wide open for the connection, and the Flyers are on top. Oh, Coach Munker's striking with the trickeration. I love that trick play. It works so well, Paul.
That was perfectly executed. One of the things we talked about, execution, and that was well done, a good drive. I mean, they were moving the ball right down the field, so Logan came up to support against that good run game they had coming, and they threw it over their top of them on a trick play.
Finley Subaru extra point is up and good by Jonathan Bibiano Vargas. And just like that, we'll take a quick 45-second timeout. Flyers strike first 7-0 over Logan on the Fan Sports Network.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9. And From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com.
I've got 15 seconds to list all the reasons that you should call Jason Baum at Bay Equity Home Loans. First-time home buyer specialist, down payment assistant loans, investment loans other guys haven't even heard of, reverse mortgages, and so many more to name before I run out of time.
Red Ledges Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledges Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway.
PropertyManagement.com.
It's time for Region 9 action in tonight's Boulevard Home Game of the Week on the Fan Sports Network.
Flyers lead it on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard 7-0. Paul, well-designed play on the trickeration.
Well-designed play, well-executed, nice drive to start. Except for the fumble on the first snap, I think that was exactly what the Dixie coaches were hoping to get out of their offense.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for the touchback. And we see Keaton Pond for the first time tonight. Tough region schedule up there with teams like Skyview, Green Canyon, Mountain Crest, obviously Ridgeline. They got a young team that got nicked up a little bit from what I understand, but still a lot of talent. And they've lost their last 5 games. Can they get it going? Well, that's going to be dependent on the senior Keaton Pond. We'll see what he and the Grizzlies can do on their first offensive possession of the game tonight.
Yeah, one of the keys I mentioned was keep it close, and responding to the Dixie drive is key to that, keeping it close.
They're going to throw a slant route, caught and hit. Big hit and tackle made by Junior Coughlin, but sticky hands by number 85. That was Jace Pingree, the freshman, Paul. What a snag.
Great catch. The defender got there right at the same time as the ball, and he just concentrated on it and pulled it in.
And motion. And now out of the pistol, play action rollout design. Pawn on the run. Delivers it, and a big hit, but the catch was made for a short gain. Reeling that in, number 33 for the Grizzlies. That is Ryan Lazari.
Yeah, another one where it came up, put a big lick on him, but for 2 plays in a row, the Grizzly receivers have held on to the ball in spite of those big hits.
And now you're going to see that ball pop out. It looked like a 3rd down conversion, but who recovered? And it's going to be no signal. Have you seen a signal yet from the referees?
I have not seen a signal. They're still sorting.
And it's going to be Logan. Down. Yep, Logan 1st down. So they got back on top of it.
So three plays, 3 big hits. But at the end of the day, Logan Grizzlies get a 1st down, move the chains.
That's a big play to get that back and get the 1st down. Keep this drive alive, down 7-0 after the Flyers scored on their opening possession. Now Pawn trying to get outside. He does, and he's going to have some positive running, but there is a flag down. It looks like about a 5-6 yard gain, but this one could be coming back.
Yeah, it looks. I think number 53 was taking a little advantage of one of the defensive linemen from Dixie.
Yep. Holding on the Grizzlies. The rule change this year. It's not a spot foul. It's from scrimmage.
Yeah, that still puts them to a 1st and 20. That's tough.
Yeah, but under the old rules, on a pass play, if you're pass blocking 5 yards deep, now you're
it's a 15
1st and 25. Yeah, so a little bit better than it used to be in some regard.
Yeah, as an offensive lineman, I love the rule change.
Roll out, pocket collapses. Now he's going to sprint right up the middle, slide feet first, give himself up. A little bump there at the end.
Well, look, they may have given him the little kiss penalty, and that'll give him a 1st down if they called that a late hit.
I want to see that one more time. Cannon Seacrest, our video producer. As Pawn sees a lane, he starts to run. Here comes Dombrowski, and it wasn't really Dombrowski. It was more number 12, Carter Jernigan. But they really tried to avoid contact, and I think that's the right call to waive that penalty off. It wasn't enough to justify a personal foul there, and the officials talked it over and changed their mind. Looking to throw. Dancing around in the pocket. Now lets it go. Completes it outside, and that's going to get it out to the 40 of the Grizzlies. Tackle quickly made.
I think they're going to give them a 1st down. They're marking the ball right at the sticks.
So on 2nd down and 17, they get exactly 17 yards, and that completion to Lazari. Yeah. Lazari on the boundary puts his head down and goes right over the top of Rand Sawyer, who does make the tackle, but falling forward enough to move the chains. Another Red Rock Real Estate 1st down. Twins to the near sideline. They're going to run it. Off right tackle, little crease. Dombrowski makes the tackle at about the 46. Still pushing forward. Maybe give him the 47-yard line.
Nice play. That was the old student body sweep. They pulled both guards and got them out in front to do the blocking and move the ball 6 or 7 yards up the field. So far, Logan has gotten the rhythm they're looking for in this drive, in spite of 1 fumble and 1 penalty.
Carson Munn, the Logan Grizzly head coach, got to like the look of this penalty because it looked like 3 Flyers jumped offsides all at the same time. Now, were they drawn offsides?
No, they went with no play. Just hard count, get 5 freebies, and another 1st down, and the Grizzlies move into Flyer territory.
We were here 2 weeks ago towards the end of the game, and there was an offsides that gave Snow Canyon a 1st down. That was a costly mistake in the 4th quarter. We've seen that before. Dixie just a little overeager to get in there and not watching the football snapped.
Yeah, I told you my Hall of Fame father-in-law, when he coached at South Summit and I helped him, we would call no play frequently, and it was almost always good for 5 yards. Get those anxious defensive linemen in there and give them a hard count, and then they tend to jump.
Another run over the right side, and another positive play for the Grizzlies as we are now 6 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dixie leading 7-0. Glad you're with us on the Fan Sports Network, or as well as thefansportsnetwork.com, KSLSports.com, CashValleyDaily.com, KMVU up there in Logan on the AM/FM side of the dial. Thanks to all our great partners bringing you tonight's game. Passes bobbled and incomplete. Trying to catch that. He made that great catch earlier on the slant route, but this time, number 85, Jace Pingree, could not bring it to the body.
Yeah, that's one of those where it was thrown a little bit behind him. He couldn't quite get his body turned back to it. And that's one of those, you tip it up in the air. And fortunately for the Logan Grizzlies, that one found the turf before it found a blue shirt.
Trips to the near sideline. Third down. Dixie fans making some noise. Pawn looking to throw. They blow it dead. Flags fly. No play. Anthony Crichton was coming in there to put pressure, and he had to pull up. And it's going to be a false start on the Grizzlies. So instead of 3rd and 9, they're going to be 3rd and 14 now.
Instead of 3rd and long, it's 3rd and longer. Probably doesn't change the play they had called. They had a 3rd and long play called, whatever they got anyway. So
yeah, it was a pass play, and certainly probably going to be another pass play here for head Coach Mund, Carson Mund.
Now even more because the center just had an illegal snap, so they'll move him back another 5.
Well, what had promising, looked promising this drive for the Logan Grizzlies, all of a sudden they're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, they were in a rhythm. They had 3 first downs in a row, and they had crossed midfield. Since then, on mental mistakes.
And you could see Renee Nava there. He knew it. He put his hands on his helmet. My mistake, guys. So see if they can overcome now. 3rd and 19. Mond goes empty. Has the snap. Looking to throw. 4-man rush from the Flyers. He's in trouble. Dancing around. Evades pressure. Rolls to the right. And lets it fly. And it is incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Dombrowski. And 4th down and long for the Grizzlies and the punt unit coming onto the field.
Yeah, and that drive started out the way Logan was hoping that it would. They moved the ball, got 3 first downs, and then a couple of mental mistakes, and now they're going to have to kick the ball back to Dixie. But they took some time off the clock and established their offense some. So, and they should be able to, with a decent punt, they should be able to flip the field position with this kick.
5:22 left here in the first quarter. Little rugby style, couple steps to the right. Good kick, angled out of bounds. Where did it cross at? Somewhere right around the 40-yard line, it looks like. So in the air, it looked like it was a little bit straighter, but it was angled. Here comes the official walking it back now. And he's going to stop right at the 40-yard line. And here comes Wyatt Truman in the Flyer offense.
Yeah, Jace Pingree, that's the wide receiver that made that great catch on the first play of the game, was also the punter. So he's pulling triple duty.
3-man front, 3-4 defense. Flyers empty, 5 receivers. Trips to the bottom, going to the 2 receiver side, taking a shot down the field. Ran Sawyer behind everybody. Touchdown! A 60-yard dime dropped onto the hands from Wyatt Truman to Rand Sawyer.
Really a nice throw, just a straight takeoff route. If we're even, we're leaving, and he ran right by two defensive backs.
So on the first play of their second drive, look at this dime. Just a perfect pass from Wyatt Truman, and Sawyer runs away from everyone for the 60-yard touchdown, and 13-0 PAT pending. Dixie has the lead.
Yeah, Logan had 2 defenders there watching, but they were spectators. They were flat-footed as Sawyer just ran right by him, caught the ball for a touchdown.
Finley Subaru, extra point. Go check out the all-star lineup on the saving side of the freeway. Sunland Drive, St. George. Extra points up and good. Another 45-second timeout. We'll be right back. Flyers rolling right along at home, leading the Grizz on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, 14-0 with 5:07 left in quarter number 1.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Bibiano Vargas, and it's into the end zone for the touchback, and Keaton will have to come on out, set up shop. Keaton Pond, the senior quarterback. Long field in front of him, but man, oh man, that didn't take long to take a 14-0 lead. First play, how about that pass from Truman? He needed that, didn't he, Paul, after the last 2 games where he's thrown a bunch of interceptions?
Yeah, that was another one of those get well, execute. They're doing what they're supposed to do as far as executing their offense, and that was really a pretty throw.
So Logan Grizzlies offense will set up shop from their own 20-yard line. Pond out of the gun, pistol look, gonna fake it, throw it quickly, outside, incomplete. High pass, and look like number 10 for the Grizz, Nathan McAllister, just couldn't climb the ladder.
Ineligible man downfield.
Yeah, they did. Number 54 for the Grizzlies was quickly, and the officials caught him. That's Cruz Ramos. That'll back the Grizzlies up.
I would say that if number 54 gets called for a penalty, it's got to be a mistake.
That was your old number.
That was my old number.
Did you wear that at Weber State in college as well?
Yeah, high school and college.
Yeah. Well, you weren't a quarterback then.
No, I was I've been an offensive lineman since I was a 120-pound 9-year-old.
Quick pass and great tackle made by Junior Coughlin. And that play goes for no gain. In fact, they lose a little bit of yardage. Well, they already lost yardage. They got a yard, didn't they?
Yeah, I got back two of the penalty yards, but the rhythm that they're looking for is not working right now.
So the ball's on the 17, 4:37 to go here in the first quarter. It's second down and 13. They throw it to the sideline. It's caught. Ooh. Nice catch made. That is number 10 over there, Nathan McAllister, the junior wideout, who reeled it in.
Yeah. Rand Sawyer just took a swing at the interception, and the fastball went right by him and was complete to the receiver. He just missed it. Ball got there a half a second faster than he thought it was coming.
Yeah, how did he miss deflecting that pass? But good concentration by McAllister. You got to give him credit. Pond, ready to go. Gonna run it. And there is big double nickel right there. Noah Russell, the junior, to take down the ball carrier for
Keaton Avila, the number 23.
Yeah, lost a yard. TFL there for Russell, though.
Yep. Nice concept to fake the throw, because they've been making that quick throw, but no blocking, no sustaining of the blocks up front.
Keaton Avila. Via, however you say his name, he's just a freshman, that running back.
Yeah. They're a really young team of the guys that they've had play that when you look at their stats, a lot of young players that have been given them all their production on offense and a lot of their production on defense as well. So
that last pass, left sideline incomplete. Yeah. So now third down and 11 for this Grizzly offense. They go no huddle. Pond has got the call from the sideline and the coaching staff. Under 4 minutes left here in quarter number 1. Flyers on top, 14-0 already. They rush 4. Has time. Slant route. Kenny slant route caught. Big gain all the way down to the Flyers 35-yard line. Pass reeled in by Skylar Jensen, another junior wide receiver, and a beautiful throw from Keaton Pond.
Concentration of the Logan receivers is pretty impressive. They've dropped a couple balls, but boy, there have been a couple of them that are like that was a low throw. He went down and got it off his shoe tops, and big gain, a first down.
Grizzlies go quick, run up the middle, trying to fight for yardage. And not much there at the point of attack.
That's Avila again, the freshman, got 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, just give him 2 on the forward momentum, down to the 33-yard line, second down and 8. Receiver there starting to change sides. Now he'll go back and set up trips to the top of the field. Working right to left are the Grizzlies on your radio dial. Trying to get back in this game. Blitzer comes. Pond escapes. Throws on the run. It's a jump ball, and it's batted down by Junior Coughlin. They were trying to hit number 33, and that is Lazari. And, man, Coughlin almost had the Oski just off his fingertips.
Yeah, that's a tough throw on the move to his right to try to get back. His guy had a step. He just couldn't quite get enough. Leaning back and back-footed, just couldn't quite get enough to get that ball into the end zone.
Pretty good play considering Anthony Crichton
Just
had a
came
clear
free.
shot,
Just-
untouched sack attempt there. Pond able to evade him and then at least get rid of it. Now going back up top, 3rd down and 8. And it's a corner route, and it is incomplete. Oh, my goodness, a good ball there, but it looked like it maybe got raked out of the hands because it almost looked like it hit him in stride.
Yeah,
there.
it hit him, but as soon as he put his hands on the ball, Carter came down, swiped across both of his arms, and was able to knock the ball out.
Good defense there by Seth Morby on the coverage. There is a flag on the field, though. Officials are talking things over here. And Crichton is going to get an unnecessary roughness late hit here. Take a look at it one more time. He's rushing off the right edge and can't quite see it from that camera angle where the late hit came, but that's going to give Logan an automatic 1st down for the first time tonight. They're into the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Cache Valley Bank, your financial outfitter, mountains await.
Yeah, that's a penalty. Would have gotten them off the field. Instead, they're giving them back a 1st down in the red zone.
And now movement. Looked like a false start there again. And the Grizzlies head coach, Coach Mund, is out at the 32-yard line lobbying his case. And a referee is going to say no false start. It was an illegal substitution. And so that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 23-yard line, just outside the red zone with the penalty. That is the 5th Logan penalty already, Paul.
Yeah, this drive has started at the 20-yard line, has really advanced in spite of the fact that they've had a couple just mental mistakes.
5 penalties for 30 yards. A slant route that's caught by number 10. That is McAllister. Forward momentum was stopped as Coughlin just took it away and started to run the other way, but they blow the play dead.
Yeah, he kind of roughed him up and took the ball from him. Hopefully gave him his lunch money back.
Good play fake in the backfield by Pond. Yeah, momentum was stopped.
Yeah. Good physical play, though, by Coughlin.
2nd down and 9 from the 17, and now we've got a Logan Grizzly timeout. Timeout brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. We'll take it. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. Flyers leading on the Wilkinson's House of the Lighting scoreboard 14-0 here on the Fan Sports Network, as well as on KSLSports.com. CacheValleyDaily.com. Lots of places. If you're listening on radio, you can go watch this game as we're 2:21 left in the first quarter when we come back.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey.
Out of the freeway in St. George, or visit FinleySubaru.com where you can buy a car right from your home.
Welcome back. 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. Flyers up 14-0. Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela, high school football. Brought to you by The Boulevard, our title sponsor here on the Fan Sports Network. Buy smart, buy at The Boulevard, making your house more like home for over 48 years. Empty formation, 2nd down and 9. Keaton Pond out of the timeout, going to roll right, looking to throw. Now he lets it fly, and it is going to be caught at the 1. And then the ball pops out, but I think the catch came. Sawyer did knock it out, but he was already down.
I think they said the ground caused the fumble when he landed on the ground, so he had taken 2 steps.
Take a look for our streaming audience here. Good mobility from Pond.
You make the call. Yeah, I think that's
shoulders were down.
That was a good call. He had made a football move with the ball before he fumbled it.
I said the 1. It's actually right at the 2-yard line, though. 1st and goal, Grizzlies. Trying to cut it back to a 1-score deficit. They'll hand it off. Touchdown, Avila. Touchdown, untouched, into the end zone, and the Grizzlies got their first points of the game on a 2-yard touchdown run by the freshman.
Yep, that was a pretty impressive drive by Logan's offense. That keys to the game is them getting in a rhythm, keeping the game close, and overcoming their mistakes. They did all 3 of those things on that drive, moved the ball 80 yards. I wouldn't know how many plays it was, probably 10 or 12 play drive.
11-play, 80-yard drive, and only 3 minutes and some change. It was about 3:12 off the clock, the drive summary there. Cashing in with Avila, a 2-yard touchdown run off the right side, untouched. Extra point is up. He kind of slipped, but he got it to go through. Finley Subaru extra point is good. We'll take the break. 45-second timeout. Under 2 to play first quarter. Logan in it, down 14-7 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains away. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And stay tuned for the AWP Playmaker of the game.
So it just depends. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, you're back.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Logan, great drive there, Paul. Just what they needed it, overcoming some penalties. And how about the mobility of the senior quarterback, Keaton Pond?
Pretty elusive. He's getting away. The thing that extended that drive was a dumb late hit penalty on a third down that would have gotten off the field with a punt. Gave him a first down in the red zone, and the Grizzlies, to their credit, converted it into 7 points and cut the lead in half.
Hector Lopez ready to boot this with the right foot here from the 40 and kick his little squib.
Same little squibby kick.
On a run, fielded by Lucido Bennett, who is tackled immediately. Good special teams tackle by Carter Jensen.
Really good timing. Just ran, literally caught that thing in stride, running full speed.
Go back onto the field. Flyers offense. How about Rand Sawyer, the start of this game for the Flyers? Little do-everything player. He's thrown a touchdown on a trick play. 37-yard pass to David Barchi, and he caught a 67-yarder from Wyatt Truman, so he's contributed on both Flyers touchdowns.
Yeah, he's responsible for about 90% of their offense so far in the first quarter.
First down and 10 for Truman, out of the gun. They start a man in motion, and then they blow it dead. And the back judge flag was out.
Is that delay a game?
Could be. Although it didn't seem like it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they had taken their time, but.
Russell, Jr., Coughlin, Barchi all staring over to the Dixie sideline. Coach Munker's not rocking a headset tonight. Doesn't want anybody in his ear tonight, I guess. You got Brock Sharp standing next to him. He helps on the offensive side of the ball, signaling in the plays. They're going to wave the flag off, so no penalty flag. So no violation there. Maybe the clock didn't reset.
Yeah.
Not sure. Don't have field level play clocks for us to see, so the officials could call a delay game and we'd never know it because they don't have those here.
Yeah, we just have to watch this back judge. If you're, if he starts waving that arm, then 5-second count.
Correct. So 1st and 10 for the Flyers, and now some substitutions for the Grizzlies, and we go back to live action. Tonight's game brought to you by Handel's Homemade Ice Cream on Bluff Street, St. George. Best ice cream on the planet. Lucido Bennett trying to use the speed, gets to the edge, goes running north and south. Flag flies on the play. Bennett still going, finally knocked out of bounds at the Grizzly 41-yard line, but hold everything. 2 flags on this play. This one could be coming back. See if we can take a look at the replay. Brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt. Was it a block in the back? So it was a hold on Lapati.
How could he hold? He's got that big club on that one hand, so must have
one-handed hold.
One-handed hold. I think on the replay it looked like he water skied a little bit behind the defensive lineman. Grabbed the back of his jersey, went for a ride.
Coach Munkers told me Lapati, he was like, yeah, he broke his hand. I don't know, if he'll have to have surgery, be out. Next thing you know, next week he's back out there and he's got it wrapped. Yeah, Coach Munkers says his dad told the doctor to just club it and wrap it and they'll do the surgery after the season. I mean, that's a football family, right?
Absolutely.
Little brother, Asa, number 42.
Rub some dirt on it and get back out there.
Nothing wrong with those throwback, old school, tough football kids. You got to love that. Labate is a mountain of a man.
Yeah, 6'7", 316 pounds. His parents' milk bill is the biggest bill in the entire house.
Oh, man, inflation. Gallon of milk's what, $4, $5 now? Silas Russell off left tackle and a good crease and a nice run, and they're going to get a lot of that yardage back.
Got
and
all
then
the
some.
penalty back, plus 5 more. That's a nice play on first down.
Watch this hole opened up by this front 5 of the Flyers. Look at that. And the linebacker, number 33, did not attack that hole, and that allowed Russell to get wide.
Yeah, they were. The whole Flyers offensive line was 4 or 5 yards downfield and still engaged with their blocks, so that was a great play.
And you pointed out earlier there is a big size differential, which Dixie has not had that much of a size differential in region play, but they do clearly tonight against Logan, the number 20 seed in the 4A state football bracket. Flyers come in as the 13 seed.
And so far, in spite of that size differential, Logan has held their own. They haven't been really dominated up front, and you know, they're in the game. We're a minute left in the first quarter, and it's a 1-score ball game. So,
yeah, 14-7. Dixie driving at their own 45, a 3rd and 1. They are facing 3rd and 1 here. They go quickly, run it. Russell, first down, and spin move off of it. Breaks another tackle, diving clear down to the 36-yard line. A lot of yak yards there for number 23, Silas Russell. That is the 6th Dixie first down of this game. And Russell probably up over 50 yards rushing now in this game as well.
Yeah, that was, if he'd have got his balance back, he was going to take that one all the way.
Stats brought to you by Silas Russell, 5 carries, 55 yards. Stats brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. Another run, and down inside the 30. And it's Russell again. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Entertaining 7-point lead for the Flyers when we come back here to Dixie High School. Flyers on the drive, on the march, up by 7 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Stay with us after this full timeout.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Bucks.
You bet.
Nowhere Paul and I would rather be than a Friday night here at Dixie High School, calling some football action in the first round of the 4A state tournament. I'm going to get some scores, obviously, for our radio audience on the Fan Sports Network. Those other 2 games featuring Region 9 schools are going to kick off here in just a little over 20 minutes, and we'll be bouncing around game to game. But if you want to watch this entire game streaming statewide, thefansportsnetwork.com, KSLsports.com, CashValleyDaily.com, just tons of ways you can watch this game in its entirety. But for our radio audience, want to make a note of that, because we will be jumping around to other games. A jump ball into the end zone, and Sawyer cannot come up with it. Had a shot at it.
Slightly underthrown. He had a step. He had to kind of wait and come back to the ball, and the Grizzly defender was able to get back and get a hand up. And
that is the moxie and the trust and the experience of a Coach Munkers. Great down and distance there on second down and a long 2 to go ahead and take a shot.
Yeah.
And now they did have an illegal formation, so I guess if it would have been a catch by Sawyer, it wouldn't have counted.
Would have come back anyway, but
they will accept the penalty and make it second down and 7. They'll replay the down. Tonight's game brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. A lot of our athletes from Logan to St. George, 5 Utah Intermountain Sports Performance locations. They all train at Intermountain Sports Performance. Stop by, get a training package going today. Silas Russell, good little burst off the right side. He's going to pick up about 5, nearly 5, and it'll be 3rd and long 3 here. From right at the 30, right at the 30.
Yeah, some of the Flyer offensive linemen have been signaling to the sideline that they want to go with some tempo. I think they feel like they've got that size advantage. They want to lean on those boys up front.
Yeah, they're like it's still 90 degrees out there. It has not cooled down yet. The sun is still baking the field. Russell's going to be just tackled shy. So it is going to be 4th and a half a yard here. And the Flyers will go for it, if I had to guess. No.
Yeah, it's a 46-yard field goal, so I think they'll go for it.
Jonathan Bibiano Vargas does have enough leg to do it, but you're up 14-7. You only need half a yard. You've already got plenty of rushing yards. Already 186 yards of offense in this game on just 14 plays for the Flyer offense. Of course, 67 coming on that long bomb touchdown to Rand Sawyer from the quarterback, Wyatt Truman, who has the 4th down snap. Dropping, looking to set up the screen. And it is a one-handed catch by Silas Russell. Breaks the tackle, gets the first down, and more. Down to the 15, diving inside the 10-yard line. What a catch by Russell. That looked like Christian McCaffrey.
That was fantastic to watch. What great concentration. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on it.
But after the first down run, it's going to be...
Yeah, I believe so. They've got could be a block in the back or a hold on the...
Oh, big number 50 for the Grizzlies. Had a shot there and just couldn't get around the legs. Jack Strubar.
I don't know. I think they called a hold out in front, and it was dude was being road graded.
See if we can catch the holding call. Well, we caught the signal from our official. Let's go back to our Holbrook asphalt replay. Leaders in HA5 and asphalt preservation. Make your asphalt last longer. Right here, left.
Yeah, you watch him. He's going to run this guy onto his back.
But he does have a grab.
Yeah, but that's because he was running his life. It's not because he was holding him.
Yeah. That doesn't get called on Sundays, I don't think.
Yeah. If a guy's trying to disengage, yeah, but if a guy's trying to save his own life by staying
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was to me, I know as a lineman, that was just really good blocking. But they did get the first down.
Spoken like
an old lineman. That's right.
Former offensive. I've worked with 3 offensive linemen in the broadcast booth this year. Connor Collins, Paul Ratliff, and Paul Venezuela with me tonight, and got love for the big guys. Tackle made there, number 30, number 50, both converging in on the stop. That was Carter Jensen, as well as Jack Strubar.
It's a different life at the line of scrimmage, but it's a heck of a lot of fun.
No, those battles inside.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. That's one of the great things I love about football is that a guy of any size, from the size of Lapati out there that we're seeing down to the Pingree guy that's playing wide receiver as a freshman for Logan. Anybody of any size can play football.
Junior Coughlin, slant route right on the hand, spin move again, and he's going to take it down back inside the Cache Valley Bank red zone, just shy of a first down. So close to getting what he needed. Great effort on this little crossing route by Junior Coughlin. Makes a couple guys miss.
Yeah, he's one of the keys to the game. He's putting in a great effort. He's making some great plays on. They need a big play. They can't go to Barban because he's hurt, and Coughlin is their Mr. Dependability.
Alan Lazari finally made that tackle. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Rand Sawyer, fly sweep, cuts it back. First down and a lot more. Spin move. And he's going to take it down inside the 5-yard line. They're going to keep him out of the end zone, but deep into the Cache Valley Bank red zone are the Flyers now, and a fresh set of downs again.
He is really fast. Just gets out there, just accelerates. Had a lot of the corner, chose to cut it up back up inside, but still.
You see how he set him up?
Yeah.
And then went to that spin
and
move?
then spun back inside. Nice move, get him an extra 5 or 6 yards, 1st and goal.
Is this still the B button on the Xbox for spin move? I haven't played Xbox for a minute. Brad would know. Come on, Brad. That was a nice spin move. Coughlin and then Sawyer. See if anybody goes spin move here. Nope, straight RPO and Wyatt Truman into the end zone for the special moment where you touch it down.
Yeah, that was fake the sweep that they just ran for a bunch of yards and then run the quarterback right straight up the middle.
Wyatt Truman's 2nd touchdown of the game, had 1 passing and now 1 on the ground, and the Flyers extend the lead. It's officially let's give him a 4-yard touchdown run for the junior quarterback Wyatt Truman. 20-0 PAT pending. Extra point brought to you by Finley Subaru. Jonathan Bibiano Vargas out for the extra point. See how the Grizzlies can respond. Yeah, they're right back in it. Needed to get a stop there and could not. Great drive there for the Flyers. 11-play, 64-yard drive. Truman does it with his feet, and we'll take the break. PAT is good on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. 21-7, Dixie on top of Logan here on the network.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
In West State Street in Hurricane, open 7 days a week.
Hey, we're back, everybody, here at Dixie High School. You're in Flyer territory. Grizz have made the trip down, and momentarily there had it back down to 7. But the Flyers, again, that was an 11-play, 64-yard drive. And how about 5 minutes and 39 seconds off the game clock? They took their time and methodically got the result they wanted, Paul.
Yeah, Logan scored, cut the lead in half. It was important for them to reestablish, take control of the game again. And they did, extended it back out to a 2-score lead. So now, for both teams, this is an important possession.
Dixie is 4 for 4 passing. One of those was the trick play 37-yarder by Rand Sawyer. The other 3 were completions by Wyatt Truman. They've already got 19 plays for 224 yards of offense. Logan, not bad offensively. They've ran 20 plays, 113 yards. The big difference right now, 11.8 yards per play for the Flyers compared to 5.7 yards per play as we're early in the second quarter, 8:12 left on the clock. They're going to make them re-kick this. There's a flag down. They're going to back them up.
Yeah, somebody was offsides on the kickoff, so they're going to make them kick it again.
Appreciate Adams Wealth Advisors. Chart your financial future. Schedule a consultation. Go to adamswealthadvisors.com. You can see the gunner on the top of your screen. He's offside.
He's a little early.
Yep.
Well, we'll see if it's an important penalty. Ball was going to be at the 20 with a touchback, so we'll see what the result of the penalty is.
Now the official will step in and waive this. And he wanted a free kick just to get it into the end zone. That would have been a touchback as well.
He's just practicing. They see how far they can back him up before he. Looks like the official's having an equipment discussion with number 9 from Logan.
Getting news, it will be Garrett Grondell that's going to start for the Desert Hills Thunder in that game against Hurricane. He started the game 2 weeks ago. In that game 2 weeks ago, Desert Hills was up 49-0 at the half. We'll see if Hurricane can, go to the film and find a way to fight and hang with the Thunder. You kind of have a competition every week to see who the starter is going to be at Desert Hills right now. The last couple weeks has been Grondell. Vargas going to try to get another touchback. This one, though, returnable from the 3. And he is going to be smothered shy of the 20. David Barchi. And no, that was not Barchi. Excuse me. That was number 17, Ted Williams, that made the tackle on the freshman running back, Avila.
Yeah, he got up a little slow. So the result of all that moving around and dancing was that the ball's on the 19 instead of the 20. So we did all that to change field position by 3 feet.
So the Flyers defense ready to go. Devin Dixon, ball Venezuela. Here comes the Grizz offense, led by Keaton Pond. I like what I've seen from Pond so far.
Yeah, he's good. He's made some good throws, made some tough throws, and he moves around well in the pocket when he's under pressure.
Pond's numbers, 8 out of 13. So good, efficient numbers so far. They're going to run this one, and the run is going to get to this boundary, and Carter Jensen's going to take it for about a 5-yard pickup out near the 25-yard line. Good chunk play on first down.
They established that edge and got him around the corner. Pond does a good job to pull his hands out and fake the throw to kind of try to keep the defensive backs at least respecting the fact that he could throw on that and make play action. There's a 5-yard in the neutral zone on the defense. So two plays, 1 play and a half, and they get a first down.
That is going to be the 7th penalty against the Flyers. 7 penalties, 55 yards. 5 penalties for 30 yards. That is the kind of got a little flag fest going here. We still got 8 minutes exactly left in the second quarter with the Flyers leading 21-7.
Yeah, could be nerves. Don't know what it is, but that's the second or third time that Dixie's jumped offside.
Roll out, little boot action in the backfield, and low and incomplete.
Yeah, I think we cursed Keaton Pond a little bit, talking about how well he was throwing the ball, because he did not set his feet and threw that ball at the feet of his receiver, and he had his receiver open for a.
Now wait a minute. You have to know this about me. This is only our second game working together. I do not believe in the broadcaster's jinx.
Well, that's good.
So you can say that, but don't speak for me on that, because I have nothing to do with that. It's just the stats are the stats.
The stats are the stats. He just didn't set his feet and make a throw.
Roll it out, Pond, and another throw that's incomplete just off the fingertips. A diving attempt there.
Yeah, Dixie's doing a good job to bring pressure from different places. So they're not bringing the same blitz when they decide to come, but they are figuring out a way to put pressure on him almost every time.
3rd down and 10. Logan at their own 30-yard line. 7:48 to go. Logan down here at Dixie High by 2 touchdowns. Trips formation, fake the run, looking to pass, pressure comes, rolling left, throwing on the run, checks it down, incomplete again. That one probably could have been caught, but you can touch it. Most receivers will tell you, I got to catch it.
Yeah, did a good job again to get out of the way and move the pocket, extend the play. Just a tough throw, tough catch, and so now
it's almost like Pond kind of babied that one instead of zipping that one.
Yeah, aimed it,
and so it was low. It was not an easy catch to make. Make no mistake about it.
Yeah,
the punt unit on,
and they still wouldn't have made the first down, but.
No, and that might be the conversation the coaching staff for the Grizzlies have, is like, hey, I wouldn't have got the first down anyway. And he had a little more time to either run or wait a little longer to see if you could get something a little deeper downfield. Rugby-style kick. Pingree is going to take a bounce near midfield. It's going to take a favorable Grizzlies bounce. Coughlin's going to pick it up, and Coughlin's going to turn the edge. He's to midfield. Coughlin's to the 40, to the Grizzly 30. The kicker, Pingree, to beat, and he can't tackle inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. How about that by Junior Coughlin?
Yeah, that's one of those where, as the coach, you're like, no, don't touch that. Great job, because, bad things can happen if you pick that up, but he trusted his abilities. Even on a rolling ball with 3 guys right there, he scoops it up and went for about a 50-yard run, and the punter stood in front of a moving train at the end there and showed a little courage. Said, I'm just going to stand right in front of you and take you on and take you down. Made a nice tackle.
So now in the Cache Valley Bank red zone, late substitution coming on. They get him on the field, though. Truman tucking, gonna run now with it, changes course, back to the right side, to the 10, cuts back, diving and falling down near the goal line. Looks like he's just shy, but a heck of a scramble run by the junior quarterback, Wyatt Truman, for the Flyers. Big Red Rock Real Estate first down, 1st and goal. Truman already 1 rushing and 1 passing touchdown in this game. What will Coach Munkers draw up here? Coach Munkers delivering the hand signal to Brock Sharp, who hand signals it in. And now the Flyers will go twins to either side, but you got a big split between Sawyer and Allman. They're going to run it to Lucido Bennett. Bennett going to waltz into the end zone untouched, and the Flyers have another touchdown to hang on the board.
Yeah, that punt return was a big momentum switch, where they thought they had kicked the ball, put Dixie back on their own side of the field. Coughlin makes a gutsy play to pick up the bouncing ball and runs it 40 or 50 yards downfield. 2 plays later, the Flyers have extended their lead.
Extra point up and good. Brought to you by Finley Subaru. We'll take a full timeout, 45 seconds. Be right back. All Flyers, 6:37 left in the second quarter. They lead 28-7 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Nets on Fire is the premier indoor basketball training facility in Southern Utah with 4 full-size gyms and group and individual training packages available for every age and skill level. Nets on Fire can elevate your game. Hoop it, Nets.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
1252639 equal opportunity lender.
You're back.
Back here at Dixie High School, Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela. Got our guy Brad running stats tonight. We got Candace Seacrest producing on the video stream. We got Sebastian Linares on the camera tonight. Whole crew bringing statewide coverage on the Fan Sports Network, as well as KSLSports.com. Coming at you up in Cache Valley today. Welcome in our Logan Grizzly fans listening to the game. They couldn't make the trip down here to St. George. And Grizz fans, this is a pretty important 6:36 in the second quarter. You know, 28-14, if you go to the break, something like that, but you don't want to be down 21 or even 28 if you can't do much and the Flyers strike again. You start getting into that, you know, that 35-point range where you start getting that running clock in the second half. So this is a very crucial part of the game, especially for this Logan offense, because it doesn't look like the defense for Logan can slow down Dixie at this point in time.
Yeah, and the rhythm that they had on the one drive they scored, they need to get that back. They need to take some time off the clock and hopefully score. They get the ball after halftime, but if they give the ball back to the Dixie offense, like you said, the score could blow up.
They'll run it. Avila, freshman, going to, you know, at this point, he's probably more like a sophomore, right? You're towards the end of the season. You're in the playoffs, but he's still a ninth grader. Doesn't even have his driver's license.
That's all right. Yeah, he's out there doing his thing. He's doing a great job for him. Looks like he's been the guy all year long. So,
yeah, young team. You alluded to that earlier. For Coach, they've got a lot of, you know, freshmen, sophomores, juniors playing. Pressure from Lapati. Pond evades it, throws, and incomplete.
You know, he throws a pretty good ball moving to his left, which is a really hard for a right-handed quarterback to do. But he had a lot of zip on that ball. Wasn't caught. It was a tough catch at the sideline, but.
Second down coming up. I think they wanted a late hit here, but I think Sawyer. I think that was a clean play by Rand Sawyer.
That little bump that he gave him. They gave it. Yeah, they gave it to him.
No, come on, that's weak, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is.
I mean, he's inbounds. He gave him diving.
He gave him a little shoulder nudge when he was coming back on the field.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. I stand corrected there.
They called illegal helmet contact. I don't know. I didn't see the penalty until after, but
we can't tell from that angle.
I haven't seen it yet. Watch him right here. So he gave him that little elbow, reminding him he was here.
And RPO, keeper, and nothing there. Asa Lapati and company all swarming in for a TFL for the Flyer defense.
I hear some of the Dixie fans talking out loud to the refs, asking if that tackle was too hard. So they were a little upset with that penalty. It was a little ticky-tack at the sideline. The way to overcome that, though, is get a TFL on first down and reassert yourself on defense. So Dixie did a good job.
Second down and 11. Quick throw, intercepted, no drop. Looked like it was right in the hands of Colo Lynn, and he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that was one where he kind of was seeing the end zone a little bit before he caught the ball. He made a perfect read, stepped right in front of it, and
that's probably the worst read by Keaton Pond of the game. He just did not see the backer in the flat there.
Nope, thought he had his guy on the curl route and didn't see the linebacker in that underneath zone.
3rd and 11. Throwing under pressure. Dombrowski chasing. Throws on the run high and incomplete. Trying to find number 85, Jace Pingree. And punt unit will have to come on for the Grizzlies. And that drive, after the penalty, you thought maybe they'd get a little something going, but no such luck. And the punt unit will have to come onto the field just a little bit too tall.
We'll see what comes of this punt, but so far this is not what they want to do. Look like the offense is staying out there on 4th and 11. So, well, looks like it maybe it's going to be a little bit of a quick kick.
Yep, 4th down and 11. Quarterback is going to fake it. Throw back across the field. Intercepted. Intercepted by Seth Morby. Morby's going to go down the sideline. Finally tackled down around the 20. Flags everywhere. Couple flags down on the play. A couple different officials. Probably a block in the back or a hold or something there on the return. I didn't see it in live time. Paul, did you catch the penalty?
I did not. It might have been a face mask because it looked like he was just kind of all alone going down the sideline there.
Well, you're down 28-7. You're trying.
Oh, yeah, blocking the back.
Yeah, right there. You're trying to make a play. You go with the fake punt, and it doesn't work. And the Flyers are going to be backed up a little bit here outside the probably about the 30. Well, we'll see where they spot it. I didn't catch the exact spot of the foul.
Yeah, it's a really tough throw for the quarterback. I mean, made a little half roll to the hash mark and then tried to throw the ball 25 yards downfield from 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and all the way to the far sideline. And the defender, Morby, just saw that, read that play the whole way and stepped in front of it and brought it back. So this is the scenario that Logan did not want. They only took the 6.5 minutes. They took like a minute off the clock and gave the ball back to Dixie in plus territory.
1st and 10 Flyers. They'll spot it at about the 38-yard line. Truman in a roll right throw. Man behind the defense, Barchi, and Barchi's going to bring it inbounds. No, they're going to say it hit the ground. Nope, catch.
No, they called it a catch. That was a heck of a throw. That was a touchdown if he could have set his feet and thrown it, but he was falling backwards, but he still got a lot on the ball to get it downfield. Watch this. He's almost fallen all the way backwards. He loops that ball up the field 40 yards. Barchi does a good job to plant his feet and catch the ball with both hands.
Barchi's been coming alive the last couple weeks, and without Jackson Barber, who's broken leg in the Crimson game last week, out for the season, they need him to make plays just like that.
Stepping up in the production and for their guy that's gone down and taken over.
Truman shot, corner of the end zone. Allman ran out of real estate. It's incomplete.
Yeah, just a little bit too far.
Maybe he needs to get rid of that a little earlier so he doesn't run out of real estate.
I think Rand Sawyer was telling him, I was wide open. You know how receivers do. Rand was signaling to his quarterback that he was standing all alone on about the 6-yard line.
As always, we're going to be in our postgame show handing out some awards. Our Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game. We'll name one for each team. Playmaker Play of the Game. How about a Rand Sawyer 37-yard trick play where he threw a touchdown to David Barchi? Maybe one of our leading candidates. That was his first score of the night for the Flyers. Now a run, Russell gets to the edge, slips down. We'll also pick a Jersey Mike sub of the game and our Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game. So we got a whole bunch of awards we'll keep an eye out for and officially name later on in the broadcast.
Yeah, a lot of guys are playing well on both teams, and
hey, good news, it's only 88 now outside. It's cooling down.
I'm going to take my jacket. I'm going to go get my jacket from the car, and if it's going to be under 80.
3rd down and goal for the Flyers from the 9. Russell in motion. Give it to him. Silas runs right. Dives down inside the 5 to the 4. And it'll be 4th down and goal from the 4. And now do they leave the offense out there, or do they want a chip shot field goal?
You know, I'm in this game with the lead that you have. I would bring my kicker on and have game condition practice with my field goal unit.
That's what exactly you're thinking, like Coach Munkers, because as you started saying that, here they come.
Yeah, a little bit of a victory for Logan to stop him after that interception on 4th down and to hold him to a field goal, but it's also important for Dixie to to play their game and execute and get a rep in at full game speed against a live opponent for the field goal unit.
This will be about a 21-yard field goal. Snap, and the hold is down.
Delay of game.
Now, it did take a little bit of time to make the decision, so that'll back them up 5 yards, but they're still going to kick. This will be just a 26-yarder. Interesting on the special team, same snapper, same kicker, but Jackson Barbin was your holder. So David Barchi is now the holder on the field goal unit.
And that's what I was saying. It's important to get some live reps for that unit. They're hoping to be playing at Park City next week, and field goal could be important. So get a live rep, get some live reps in for that new holder who's replaced your guy who's injured. And
it's a great point, because when Dixie played Park City in the preseason, I think it was week 3, it was a 24-21 loss for the Flyers. And the field goal is no good. Just missed it. Wide left, no good. We'll take a 45-second timeout, be right back. Flyers lead still 28-7, 3:02 left here in quarter number 2 on the
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Has an all-star lineup of award-winning cars. Get your hands on the keys to a brand new car from Finley Subaru, where you always get expert sales, parts, and service. Finley Subaru on the savings side of the freeway in St. George, or visit finleysubaru.com, where you can buy a car right from your home.
Well, after the missed field goal, they didn't give us much of a break there. They went right back to live action, so apologize. Missed first down, but it was an incomplete pass from Keaton Pond. So 2nd down and 10. Here we go, out of the shotgun. Flyers show blitz, quick hitch, caught, and it's going to be a 5-yard gain to the 25-yard line. Colo Lynn quickly makes the stop for Dixie. Catch made by number 17, Jalen Argyle.
Big receiver. He's tall kid. Made a good, really good hands catch.
I believe Argyle's dad, if I'm not mistaken, is the basketball coach at Logan, or there's an Argyle that plays up there in Cache Valley somewhere. I'm trying to think back to the state tournament, which was at the Spectrum last year. Movement.
There they did it again. That's 3 times in this game. They've had that no play and got 5 yards out of it every time.
It's Lapati there going into the neutral zone, and that'll give them an automatic first down.
Gives them the first down.
Hour and 5 minutes into this football game, and we've got 2:27 left on the second quarter clock.
I was just going to say, sometimes nothing can be a real cool hand.
1st and 10 Grizz, trying to get a little offense going. They had that one good 80-yard drive, and
fumbled the snap, picked it up and got it to his guy and got 5 yards.
Avila, the ball carrier there. Positive yardage on the ground and pound. Logan wants to go quick here. Flyers shifting, trying to get a line. Here go the Grizz. RPO, another handoff. Off left tackle this time, and another good push. And there's 2 runs and a first down. A Red Rock Real Estate first down for Logan. And we got a timeout. Anybody take a timeout? No, they didn't.
No, they're going to wind it and go.
I think they just want to stop the clock to move the chains. Now they'll rewind the clock. Down to under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Fresh set of downs. Now everybody comes out of their stance. Maybe an audible change of the play. Keaton Pond going to quickly throw it. Hitch. Argyle caught. Maybe on forward momentum got 3 or 4. Short gain.
Yeah, inbounds. Clock still rolling. Logan's trying to move the ball before halftime, hoping to get something out of it, and then they receive the second half kickoff, so they're moving, but they haven't used their timeouts yet.
Yeah, I mean, and look, if you're Coach Carson Munn, you got some positives if you could cut this to 28-14 with possession in the second half. Changes the whole dynamic of this game. Pond rolling, throws on the run, and it's intercepted, and it's going to be Junior Coughlin. He's got to cut back on the quarterback. Pond, he does. 10-5, touchdown, pick 6, Junior Coughlin. And just like that, Dixie's defense comes up big.
Yeah, that was a nice read by Coughlin, making another really big play for this team.
Hold Holy cow. He looked like, Pond thought he had him, but Junior Coughlin, what a great break on the route. And Coughlin, what was that, about a 50-yard pick six. And a nice cut back there at the 15 to take it in for the touchdown. Flyers rolling.
Yeah, he didn't want Rand Sawyer to be the only candidate for play of the game, so he thought he'd make one himself.
That is probably your Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game right there. The best nominee we've had so far.
So far, that's definitely it.
Finley Subaru extra point. New kicker on here. This is Forbes. T. Forbes, and it's up, and it is good. I don't know if something happened to Vargas, Jonathan Bibiano Vargas, or they just wanted to give somebody else a chance. And Tina Come Forbes makes it count. And we'll take a quick full timeout, 1:02 to go. Let's make it a 30-second timeout, 35-7 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Dixie has the lead over Logan.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com. The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9. And From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com. And stay tuned for the AWP Playmaker of the Game.
You're back.
Junior Coughlin with the pick six. Flyer fans loving it here. Early evening on a football Friday. A lot of 3A, 4A, 5A, even a couple 6A. I think 2 6A matchups going here to kickstart the state of Utah in all classifications. And it is Vargas back up there on the kickoff, and that one goes into the end zone for the touchback. So just giving Forbes a chance to kick that PAT, and he made it.
Yeah, giving him a shot, and he did what he was out there to do.
So now Logan has 102 to work with here. How aggressive do you want to be if you're Coach Carson Mund?
Well, he was really aggressive on the last drive and didn't turn out too well for him. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think you're probably going to see maybe hand the ball off. No, they're coming out in trips and no one in the backfield. So it looks like they're going to give it another shot.
1st and 10 Grizz. Keaton Pond, quick throw, caught. Henry. And going to be 5-yard gain out to the 25-yard line. I like this little wide receiver. Just young pup making plays. Jace Pingree, 9th grader.
Yeah, there are some young players on the Logan team that are contributing a lot to their varsity squad.
They go empty. Snap. Looking to throw. Pressure comes, rolls left, throws on the run, and overshot his intended receiver Pingree again. Incomplete.
Anthony Crichton got a little sandwiched by 2 of the big Logan defensive or offensive linemen, and was appealing to the ref that shouldn't have been fair, but they ran him over pretty good at the end of that play.
Got a Nets on Fire Region 9 score update as we've got a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. And it is Cedar interception by York. That sets up about a 30-yard touchdown run on the next play, JT Jeter. So the Reds are up 7-0 over Pineview. That one 10-21 left in the first quarter. So just less than 2 minutes into that game. Cedar at home tonight. And if you look at Nolan Perry's power guys, the power rating differential, that was a 4-point spread in that game. That was the closest of the 3 Region 9 games as far as the point power rating differential.
Yeah, and if you look at the the teams in the region, those are the 2 that match up the best tonight in this first round.
Pineview Pineview lost the first matchup. Cedar won it 28-15. Desert Hills Hurricane also underway. That one over at Desert Hills High School. Keep you updated on that. And again, want to watch any of the games, all 3 streams are on the fansportsnetwork.com. Hurricane gets an early field goal to take a 3-0 lead over Desert Hills. That's your Nets on Fire update in that game. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. Go to netsonfire.org to see the training packages for skill work. camps, 3-on-3 tournaments, all the festivities. You can find it on the website, netsonfire.org. Here come the Grizz. Scissor action. It's a run. Avia is going to be a TFL Jernigan in the backfield, and that's going to be a 4 or 5-yard loss back near the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Dixie called a timeout. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. They should get good field position, so they may try to score one more time before the half.
35-7. Flyers offense certainly on track here so far tonight, but the defense getting on in the act because the last touchdown came on a pick 6 from Junior Coughlin.
Yeah, Coughlin's had a pick 6 for one of the scores, and that gutsy punt return where he picked up a bouncing ball and went 50 yards with it to set up another score. So
Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela, the Boulevard bringing you tonight's high school football playoff first round game. One of many going on around the state of Utah. Stansbury rolling 62-7. That's a final.
Mercifully, the Beat Diggers can go back to Sandy and lick their wounds.
Bear River early lead at Spanish Fork 3-0. Salem Hills 3-0 lead over Uinta. Mountain Crest a 14-0 first quarter lead over Tooele. Hurricane up 3-0. Cedar up 7-0. And Mountain View Payson, I don't think that one is kicked off yet. Those are your 4A current scores. Of course, not everybody playing top 8 seeds have byes. Rugby style kick from Pond, and it's going to be returned by Rand Sawyer. On the left side, going to start right on a dead sprint. Boy, he's flying to the 30, to the 20. Here's Rand Sawyer, and ends into the end zone. Touchdown, Dixie. Well, the fake punt didn't work. That got intercepted. Junior Coughlin had a great return, and then a pick 6, and now another specialist play right there by number 2, Rand Sawyer, who ran his tail off into the end zone.
There's a penalty marker down at the 1-yard line on the far side. I don't know what the call is on the penalty.
Here's another look. And we'll see if we can catch the infraction. Late hit by
Block in the back.
Oh, so take it off the board.
Completely unnecessary. He was already in the end zone.
Yeah.
Going to be a learning experience, as we like to say.
Yep. I mean, he was going to score anyway.
Oh yeah, he was in. He was actually in the end zone when the block in the back was made.
So take the punt return touchdown off of the board.
Looks like they're probably going to have the ball on the 16 or 17-yard line with 25 seconds.
But that is the right call by the officials.
And a timeout. Oh yeah, it was definitely a block in the back.
Yeah. Was it excessive? Was it malicious? No, but was it a block in the back? Certainly.
Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the.
They're going to spot it
for some reason at the 12-yard line. Oh, it's blocking the back's only a 10-yard penalty, not 15. So
they'll go Bennett in the slot, Allman on the outside in the Twins formation. Ball on the right hash, Twins on the short side of the field. They'll run a draw play to Russell. Russell starts left, tries to dance right, tackled after a short gain of 3.
Good idea with the success they've had, the play action and the passing, all the things they've had to try and trick them with a little bit of a draw play right there and see if they could open up the middle of the field. Good reaction on defense by Logan to get the stop. So 2nd down, and that's I think Dixie has after that we'll have 1 timeout left.
Love what I see right now from Jackson Barber. He's got crutches. For our streaming audience, you can see number 13 in the huddle with the crutches. He's high-fiving his guys. Nose is in the huddle. Can't play, but still can be a leader for this team. What does Coach Munkers want to draw up here? Ball is at the 11-yard line. 2nd down and along 7, almost 8. I'd try to get the ball to 8 or 2, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they've got.
You could run that screen.
They can run it again because they've got a timeout, so they don't have to worry about a running play. So, but I clearly like Truman throwing the ball to one of his prime receivers.
I'm sure Logan would love to dial up a little pressure. Truman has had a lot of time to throw the football. Drops back, throws, end zone, overshot, Coughlin, incomplete.
I think there was a little miscommunication on what they thought the coverage was. Receiver turned out at the front pylon, and Truman threw it to the back pylon.
Yep. So 3rd down for the Dixie offense. 13 seconds. Obviously, you're in field goal range. Do you take the 3 if you don't convert the first down here, or they get the touchdown here?
Yeah, I think the same logic applies as to the earlier field goal attempt, where live reps in a game where you're way ahead are important for your field goal unit in looking forward to the future of the playoffs.
Of course, Wyatt Truman should get a chance to keep the unit off the field if he can score here. Throws into the end zone. Barchi behind the defense. High points it. Did he bring it down in bounds? Yes, he did.
Yes, he
Touchdown, Flyers.
Great hands catch. Strong hands. The defender tried to slap it out, and he just brought it down.
How about that? The Dixie Flyers get a touchdown with 8 seconds left in the first half. Barchi, high points. The touchdown. Beautiful throw from Wyatt Truman. All Flyers here in this one. 41-7 PAT pending. And it is Forbes again for the extra point. Forbes out there ready to go. Barchi, who just got the touchdown, goes to the holder position, calls for it. It's down. Kick is away, and the kick is good. So Forbes is coming in and nailed a couple Finley Subaru extra points. And we'll keep it right here with just 8 seconds on the clock for the ensuing kickoff. 42-7 now. Coming up, we'll have the Rally Stop halftime show. Get you stats. We'll get you all the scores. We'll give you a scoring summary, and we'll talk some second half adjustments. But all of a sudden, this one getting away from the Logan.
Yeah, it was. If you remember, just as we went under 2 minutes, Logan had the ball near midfield. We're pushing to try to get a score.
It's
28-7 game, and they were thinking about making this a game. They had the pick six, and then another punt, a long punt return, and almost before the Grizzlies realize that they're down another 14 points and really have their backs against the wall going into halftime.
How about Wyatt Truman? 5 out of 7 passing for 121 yards. Sawyer had the other completion for that trick play touchdown of 37 yards. Kickoff returnable from about the 5-yard line. Across the 20, getting to the boundary, knocked out of bounds right around the 30-yard line on the return, number 19, Skylar Jensen. And that'll be the end of the first half. So took the rest of the clock down to zeros. Logan will get the second half kickoff, but going to be a running clock, so they need to score quickly if they're going to try to mount a comeback. All Flyers will take a 3-minute timeout, come back, and bring you the Rally Stop halftime show here on the Fan Sports Network, KSL Sports, KMVU up in Cache Valley. Lots of ways, lots of formats. We're giving you the game tonight in the first round of the 4A state playoffs.
I've got 15 seconds to list all the reasons that you should call Jason Baum at Bay Equity Home Loans. First-time home buyer specialist, down payment assistant loans, investment loans other guys haven't even heard of, reverse mortgages, and so many more to name before I run out of time.
Red Ledges Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledges Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George. Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
6, and that first half of the Boulevard home game of the week between Dixie and Logan. It is all Flyers right now at the half, 42-7. So we're actually going to jump around to the other games. We're going to first take a peek at Cedar and Pineview, and you'll be able to hear that feed here over the radio.
Hey, welcome back here to Dixie High School. Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela, and you've got, let's see, is this the cheerleaders performing here? And then did the T-line already, or not the T-line, the Jetettes already go, or they'll be coming up next? Glad you're with us. Halftime brought to you by Rally Stop. No better place to fuel up, grab a snack before or after your favorite team wins than Rally Stop. Locations all over the state of Utah. And Paul, just quickly first, before we dive into the Adams Wealth Advisor stats, talk about what we saw. Impressions on this game so far. Flyers up 42-7.
You know, I was just looking at my notes and what we talked about pregame as far as the keys. The keys were to for Dixie, find some production to replace Barbin. They've done that all over the field. Their guys have stepped up.
Barchi especially,
two touchdowns. Take care of the ball. They've had 0 turnovers. Play your game in spite of what's going on. Execute. They've made some great example is the last catch with Barchi making a hands catch in the end zone, strong hands to bring down a touchdown with 8 seconds left in the half. And conversely, you look at what Logan, their keys to the game, keep the game close. They were doing okay with that until the pick 6. The turnovers, they've turned the ball over, I think, 3 times. And they had rhythm on one drive, but that's it. The rest of the game, they've been, out of rhythm, and Dixie's kind of been having their way with them.
Yeah, let's run down statistics brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. Get a consultation today and chart your financial future. First, let's go individual statistics. Silas Russell, 12 carries, 77 yards, 6.3, actually with the net yardage, 75 yards, but 6.3 yards a carry. Truman, 3 carries, 24 yards. Sawyer, 2 carries, 19 yards. Louis Bennett, 2 for 12 and a score. So Truman rushed 1 in and Louis Bennett rushed 1 in. So 2 rushing touchdowns. How about 20 carries, 131 yards on the ground? That offensive line getting it done for the Flyers.
We mentioned that they were bigger, stronger. They've been more physical, and that has shown up. The rhythm of the game is definitely to the advantage of the Flyers. The reason we'll be going to a running clock to start the second half is because they've won the line of scrimmage. Logan came out, was valiant early. You know, they were pretty tough early on, but that kind of the time when we saw the offensive line signal to the sideline, said, hey, let's go some tempo. I think they realized that they had them on their heels and they wanted to lean on them, and they really did.
Passing numbers for Wyatt Truman, 5 out of 7, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he throws 5 He throws 7 passes and 2 of them for touchdowns. That's a ratio any offensive coordinator or head coach would love.
And he hasn't put the ball even close to in danger. He's thrown it to his guys and on his guys every time. So.
Yep. Barchi, leading receiver, 3 catches, 76 yards, 2 scores. Rand Sawyer, 1 catch, 60 yards, and another score. Dombrowski and Coughlin also had catches. Did Dombrowski have a catch? I don't remember Dombrowski having a catch, but we'll check that. Leading receiver for the Grizz, Jace Pingree, 4 catches, 27 yards. Nathan McAllister, 2 catches for 24. Ryan Lazari, 2 for 20. Jaden Argyle, 2 for 8. And Skylar Jensen, 1 for the longest play from scrimmage in the first half. That was a 31-yard pitch and catch.
What's the total yards for Logan at the half?
I'll check that in a second. I got to figure out how to change the screen. But right now, I want to get you Pawn's numbers: 11 of 26, 110 yards, but 2 interceptions.
Yeah. I think one of the key stats of the game, 3 phases. We got offense, defense, and kicking game. I think Dixie has more punt return yards than Logan has offense almost. They had 1 punt return for about 60 yards. It would have been a 60-yard touchdown, and then Coughlin had the return for 50 yards. So they probably have over 100 yards just of punt returns.
Yeah. Keaton Avila, 9 carries, 24 yards, leading rusher in that first half. I'll have to get you the team statistics in a second because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would put it somewhere around 150 yards, and Dixie's got almost that. They've got almost 100 yards in punt returns. So all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, kicking game.
141.
Yeah, Dixie has just been executing the heck out of their scheme. That's one of the keys to the game, was them. You're playing an opponent that's got a losing streak that you're, according to the computers, you're supposed to beat them by 28 points. You should come out and put it on them and execute and impose your will, and that's what they've done.
Total offense, 291 for the Flyers, 141 for the Grizzlies. Then you factor in the special teams, the punt returns that gave Dixie excellent field position. I know the Rand Sawyer punt return was called back on a block in the back. But Junior Coughlin, the pick 6, so even more yardage there, but not. And for our streaming audience, let's get you some of the highlights. This is the play. You're going to see the block in the back right at the end, but take nothing away from the speed and the effort from Rand Sawyer on this punt return.
Yeah, he went to the wide side of the field and just turned on the jets.
He's just pulling away from people. And right there you saw that little just bump in the back. It was flagged, and they took that point off the board. 42-7 is our halftime score, and ran it in there, but it did not count. Here's the late touchdown into the end zone. Just seconds remaining on the second quarter clock. David Barchi, great job. That's what you like to see your receivers do, Paul. Go up there, turn. DB's not getting his head around soon enough, so you're able to go up there, turn square, and high point that football.
Yeah, and I love that he caught the ball with his hands, but was strong bringing it back down to the ground. He realized that there was tight coverage, that he was going to get hit on the way down. He just took advantage of it.
Great Morby interception. This is a fake punt by the Grizzlies. Why not? They're trying to just make something happen, but Morby jumps that pawn pass. That was one of his 2 interceptions. Don't hate the play call. It just wasn't executed in that moment.
Yeah.
You got to do something to try to keep possession of the football. Here's the other interception, and this was the pick 6. And right now our leading candidate for our Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game. He sets him up there, and Pawn just whiffing there. That's a great move by Junior Coughlin. Knew he didn't have the angle, so had to cut it back, and boy, was it perfectly timed by Junior Coughlin, who is just a junior. Exciting to see this guy back. I'm sure Coach Munker is excited to have him back for another year. He's an electric playmaker on both sides of the ball.
He is a playmaker. He's the one that I mentioned pregame that had to step up and have a big game in the absence of their team captain, Barbin, and this punt return that he had and that pick 6, he has contributed in all 3 phases of the game. He's contributed to the huge lead that his team has at the half.
Might be he's probably not the most famous Coughlin in the house, though. His younger sister is a world champion barrel racer. She's been winning buckles and titles and stuff since she was like 5 or 6. And now Junior Coughlin, his junior year, making big plays out on the football field. Obviously a lot different, barrel racing and football, yeah, but both successful at what they do.
I'm going down to the last 3 nights of the NFR in December, so I'll have to keep an eye out for her.
Ooh, already got them tickets It's on lockdown,
My father-in-law is, was raised in Summit County in Oakley, Utah, and loves the rodeo and loves being a hard-nosed football. There's a reason he's in the Football Hall of Fame, and it's because he was raised in that tough country up there in Summit County. He loves the rodeo, so we're going to go and watch the NFR in Las Vegas.
This was the 60-yard touchdown to Rand Sawyer. This was the second touchdown in the first half. Just a beautiful pass. And you can see the speed of Rand Sawyer again.
It's been on display in lots of different places in the game, and he, like we said, when we saw that the first time, he just ran by guys, and then he was showing a little versatility here with throwing a pass to Barchi for the first score of the game.
Yep. The old fly sweep, pulls up, throws it, Barchi wide open. That's you got to practice that. And you got to trust Sawyer's going to throw on the run and throw it accurately. And boy, it was a little wobbly. Come on, Ram, not a tight spiral, but nobody cares because he put it right on the hands.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that he did on that was he really tucked the ball away and made it look like he was running, and fooled everybody. Pulled up, made a nice throw.
11 first downs in the first half for Logan, 13 for Dixie. Let's see, total rushing yards, 37 for the Grizz, 133 for the Flyers, 110 passing for Logan, 158 passing for the Flyers. You look at total plays, 39 for the Grizz, 28 for Dixie, but yards per play, again, 10.3. They're averaging over a first down on offense for this Dixie team. 10.3 a play, that is sensational.
10 yards a play. They've made big plays. They've executed. They've scored once on defense. Their special teams gave them a really short field on another play. So even though they haven't run as many plays, they've made their plays count, and it's reflected on the scoreboard.
The only thing that Coach Munker's probably stressing in the locker room, penalties. You mentioned it. 12 penalties, 96 yards in that first half for Dixie. You compare that, 5 for 30. And they got those 5 really early, and then they cleaned that up on Logan's side.
Yeah, and I don't think Coach Monkers is going to mind the penalties that are hustle penalties. Even this penalty that we're watching on the screen right now, where that blocking the back's kind of a dumb penalty, but it's a hustle penalty. The ones that are going to bug him are those jumping off sides on 3rd and 5 on that no count. Those are things that everybody can choose to not jump and watch the ball. So
there was the one that was a questionable call in my mind. We didn't have a great camera angle, and the official was right there by it. So I'm not saying it was the wrong call. It's just from our viewpoint, Rand Sawyer was tackling him in bounds. We couldn't tell from our end though, where the head and it was and whatnot. So that one was the only one that was a little. And you could see even ran on that play right there.
Yeah, they called a hold on that penalty on that play that I didn't think that. But those are the ones that I think those are hustle plays. You're hustling, you're 15-yard downfield, you get called for a hold. Your coach is going to forgive that a lot more than you're lined up at defensive end and you jump when the quarterback gives a hard count. That's a mental mistake.
He's Paul Venezuela. I'm Devin Dixon. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll get you the second half. Flyers, Grizzlies. It will be a running clock to start the second half. Here at the half, 42-7, Dixie all over Logan. Dixie comes in the 13 seed in the 4A state playoffs. Logan the 20 seed. We'll see if the Grizzlies can rally. They will get the football to start the first half. Flyers are back on the field, so about 3 minutes and then back to live action. See you in a second here. Stay with this second half action coming up on the Fan Sports Network.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Nets on Fire is the premier indoor basketball training facility in Southern Utah with 4 full-size gyms and group and individual training packages available for every age and skill level. Nets on Fire can elevate your game. Hoop it, Nets!
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Hey, welcome back here. Devin Dixon, Paul Venezuela. Am I saying your name right?
Valenzuela.
Valenzuela. Kind of like Fernando Valenzuela?
Exact same last name. Yeah, I was a.
We were 2 games.
I was a Dodgers fan growing up until I was.
6 quarters, and this is the first time you've told me that I said it slightly wrong.
That's all right.
It wasn't butchered, but I was slightly off with it.
Yeah, when I was a junior in high school, Fernando came to the Dodgers and sealed my Dodger fandom forever, baby.
Well, you weren't happy a week ago, then were you?
No, I think they don't have the right guys running the ship because the talent they got, they should be doing better every year in the playoffs than they do. But I'll get off my Robert soapbox and just go back to the fact that I enjoy watching baseball and especially postseason. So,
well, plug your ears if you want. You're recording the Astros-Rangers game and you're watching high school football right now. But the Astros have won against the Rangers tonight, so that game is in the books. That other game should be getting going. It's already going. We're going to have to switch games here. Big game for Altuve. No surprise. He had a jack job to left field. I think there's one college football game tonight, Paul, if I'm not mistaken, on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's a pillow fight. SMU and Temple.
Yeah, there you go.
But sometimes pillow fights are fun to watch. I'll watch any college football game anytime. So
yeah,
if it's still on when I get home, I'll watch it. So.
Football is for high schools on a Friday, though.
That's true.
Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was working for Blue Bunny. I was back in Iowa on a Friday night and went and found a high school that literally had cut their field out of a cornfield like Field of Dreams. And I got myself my burrito in a bag and sat on the visitor side and watched the game. It was one of the best high school football games I've ever seen.
Hey, I want to thank some of our sponsors tonight on KVNU, 610 AM, 102.1 FM up there, as well as on CashValleyDaily.com, Adams Wealth Advisors, Old Grist Mill, McDonald's, Logo Shop, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts. You got Les Olson Company, State Farm Agent Lena Powell, Advanced Heating and Air, Cache Valley Auto Care, D&D Auto and Salvage, and Logan Cash Rich Credit Union. Thank you to our Logan sponsors who've been with the Grizz all season long. Flag as the first run goes for a gain of 3, maybe 4, and a flag. It's going to be a face mask on the Flyers. That'll be an automatic first down.
So that's a good start for Logan. Come out and they had a good play, but they get the penalty yardage tacked on it, and they'll be out to the. I think it was away from the play.
It was away from the play because as I watched that replay, brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt, I didn't see the grab of the face mask on the tackle.
It was 2 of the linemen who were locked up.
Gotcha. Play action, Pond throwing, one guy to beat, and he had 2 steps, but Pond missed him by a yard or 2. Just a straight fade route, but they can't hook up.
Tough throw, but he missed him. He did have a step.
Worth one more look. Kind of froze everybody. Good action in the backfield. And was trying to find his man out there. Number 18 for the Grizzlies, the intended receiver. That is Caleb Thornley, who has yet to grab a pass in this game. Clock continues to run here. 35-point rule. Run it up the middle. And a pickup of 2. Dealer collision, big hit by Lapati. Appreciate Dealer Collision Center. If you get in a minor fender bender to a major accident, need your car repaired, you choose where you take your car and choose Dealer Collision. Proud sponsor of high school foots and our big hit of the game. Seen a couple big hits tonight. 3rd down. Roger Christensen, the PA announcer, I can hear him through our crowd mic, firing up the crowd a little bit here. And they're going to run it. Avila. You're going to take it out near midfield, just shy at the 49.
Looks like he's got
enough
got a first down.
Red Rock Real Estate first down. Yeah, got it by a yard.
There are flashes in this game where Logan comes out and is physical and moves the ball and gets in a rhythm, and that's what they did the one drive of the touchdown they have, and then other times they just seem to the wheels come off.
I mean, it's great if they got the first down, but they could have went for more, but both pulling linemen missed Junior Coughlin, or that play could have went bigger. And there's another dealer collision big hit. Rand Sawyer going low and just chopping down the receiver, Ryan Lazari.
Yeah, good job to hold on to the ball by Lazari because he got hit again pretty quick after he caught the ball, but he got 5 yards on first down, which is a good positive play.
Clock continues to tick. 9 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Clock is running, so Logan needs to score, and another offsides by the Flyers. That's like their 4th offsides of this game. They're going to do some ball watching drills for the front 4, aren't they, all week in practice? You can't do that as you go deeper into the playoffs if you're...
Yeah, I mean, that's 20 yards of oh, they called that one against Logan. Must have been a little jump.
Somebody flinched?
Somebody flinched.
Yeah. Lapati got pulled out, and then when got called against...
He got pulled, and he's like, it wasn't me, coach.
Yeah, he actually went in the zone and got the call. We've seen a couple of those, though, so still got to be very disciplined. Back them up, second down and 10. Ball right at midfield. Flyers up 42-7. Play action throw over the middle, incomplete. Good coverage by Junior Coughlin. That was nobody open on that play for Pond to throw to.
I think he wanted to hit 85 Pingree on a little bit deeper slant, and Coughlin just took him right off his mark, really just knocked him down. So he was not where the quarterback was expecting him to be. Big 3rd and 10.
See what the Grizz draw up here. Empty. 5 receiver formation. Trips to the near side. Rolling to that side. Trip side. Caught. Pingree tackled immediately, and it's going to be 4th down. Pick up by Pingree.
Yeah, second half of a running clock game, you may as well go for it on 4th down on plus side of midfield.
Yeah, only got 4 yards there, so 4th and 6 here. Pistol. See what they draw up. Out of the gun. Keaton Pond. Rolling to the right. Still looking. Backpedaling. Now he lets it fly. Downfield. Junior Coughlin. Interception. Coughlin returning it from the 15. Coughlin to the 25, weaving through traffic to the 35-40 to midfield. Junior Coughlin down the sideline, finally taken out of bounds at about the 30-yard line of the Logan Grizzlies. And Coughlin is down, and the Logan player there, injured player, classy there. Love that sportsmanship from Connor Peters, who can't play tonight, helping Junior Coughlin. He's probably gassed.
Yeah, he's that's another huge play, another turnover, another big chaos play, another short field for the Dixie offense, and that has kind of been the story of the game. For the reason that we're with the score we have is Dixie has made the big plays and taken advantage of the big plays.
How about Junior Coughlin had a pick 6 and another interception, and gosh, what was that? 55-ish yard return there by Coughlin, and now here goes Silas Russell. Silas Russell down inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line. Here's the running back for the Flyers with a big run, and just into the Cache Valley Bank red zone. Already we mentioned at the halftime the rushing numbers for the Flyers are adding to that total right now.
Yeah, another 15-yard run on first down.
Actually 19 yards officially there by Silas Russell.
Yeah, he's got to be approaching 100 yards rushing in this game now.
They'll check the numbers. Russell, you're right. 13 carries, 94 yards.
Yeah, I knew he was getting close.
See if he can get over the century mark and maybe a touchdown. But he's in trouble. He breaks outside, cuts back, slithers his way down near the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, over 100 yards in the score now for Silas Russell.
Yeah, and that, if you talk yards after contact, he got contacted 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, broke the tackle, and got it all the way into the end zone.
Flyers soaring here tonight. 48-7 PAT pending. It will be Forbes for the Finley Subaru extra point. Finley Subaru want the Solterra electric vehicle. Maybe you want the Outback, the Cross Trek, the Jetta, or not the Jetta, the what's the other? The Subaru, little four-door sedan I'm thinking of. They got a great lineup over there on the savings side of the freeway at Findlay Subaru. And extra point is up, and it is no good. So missed it wide right. So he's 2 for 3 tonight. 6:37 left. And Flyers score. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Logan will see what they can do offensively when we come back here in the third quarter. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Kick from Jonathan Bibiano Vargas into the end zone for the touchback. So here comes Keaton Pond again. Can they get some offense going? Had that, that touch. It was 14-0, and then Logan put that nice 80-yard drive together, scored their only touchdown in the game. Since then, they have not been able to get even close to the Cache Valley Bank red zone on offense.
No, and if you look at their season, that kind of is their MO, that they've only scored 7 or 14 points in their games, and they've had a tough time with offensive production, and it's been evident tonight. They've made some mistakes, and Dixie has capitalized on every mistake.
Remember when Keaton Palm was 8 out of 13 and it was 14-7? He's now 13 out of 31 and has thrown 3 interceptions. So
yeah.
Dixie's defense is keyed on him and gotten 3 takeaways in the passing game tonight. They'll run it on first down, a yard pickup, and that was it. Asa Lapati there with the stop. These two Lapati brothers, one your big tackle and the other one your edge defensive end. Special players.
Yeah, they both have played really good games.
Run it again. Lapati got there first, and help comes. And another gain of just a couple. Gonna be 3rd down and 5. Actually, give him about.
All right, welcome into the Fan
3
Sports Network studio. I'm Spencer Rodak.
3rd down.
We're going to
here
switch over
offensively
to another game here in
for
just
the
a minute.
Grizzlies.
Just a quick score update. Dixie did just get another touchdown, but they missed
5
the
minutes
PAT,
to go in the third
so
quarter.
it is 48-7
Flyers
over
on top.
the Logan Grizzlies. We're going to head
Park
over
City
to
next
the game
week.
taking place in Cedar.
And that one on a
The
slant,
Reds
incomplete.
and the Panthers. It's 13-0 right now. Reds.
Freshman wide receiver, and man, that was a bullet. Just maybe too hot to handle there, Paul.
Yeah, and I think he was looking up at a linebacker that was right there ready to hit him. Got a little tiny bit of the alligator arms and just kind of said, I'm not interested in what comes after catching this.
Pingree, yeah, Cole.
He was sizing him up, and he didn't want to have much of that.
They'll protect you a little bit, and Lynn had started to pull up to break down. He wasn't going, head hunting there, but he heard footsteps.
Yeah.
Punt unit on, high snap. Pingree's got it, and he mishit it.
Shanked it.
He mishit it.
That ball is going to be on about probably the 26 or 27-yard line.
Things going from bad to worse for the Grizzlies, and already the running clock continuing to tick. We're all the way down to 4:25 left in the third quarter. It will stop on the change of possession.
Yeah, the official was generous and gave him the 30-yard line.
It's pretty close to right from our camera angle there.
Yeah, I think that was about a 6-yard punt.
5-6 yards, yeah, 5. Net punt of 5 yards. That one was mishit, no question. Backup running back is in for the Flyers. Gets the carry right up the middle, and a nice gain there by Noah Loera.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see a lot of the subs.
Yep.
For Dixie on the lines. I noticed on the defensive line the last possession. So it's good for Coach Monkers to get some young players on the field. Like I said, get them some reps. Hopefully they're they have plans on advancing in the playoffs, so it's good to have the depth and good to have these young guys get some snaps and good to have your starters get some rest.
Run it, Loera. Oh, and he got hit in a big TFL there, shooting on the outside and running right into that play number 30, Carter Jensen the third.
He was doing his steer wrestling. He thought he was going to the NFR with me in December. Watch this.
Yep.
Grabs him by the head and flips him over just like
a header?
Just like steer wrestling.
Steer wrestler. I did ride a bull once, but I never did do any steer wrestling.
My wife's little brother's a bull rider, and that's there's a fine line between courage and foolishness. And
I think you're going to say courage and crazy.
Well, that too.
Same thing, right?
I use foolishness instead, but I watched him ride the bull a couple times, and boy, that's a gutsy thing to do.
Ball on the ground. They were trying to give it on a jet sweep. It got kind of discombobulated, and I think the Grizzlies have recovered. Yes, they have. So the first takeaway of the night comes with 2:50 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's another one of the problems with bringing the subs in is they're cold. They're coming off the bench, and it's not the guy that Truman's used to handing the ball off on that fly sweep, and execution was poor, and they gave the ball away. That's their first giveaway of the game.
Anzalone could not get that. I don't know that was all his fault. Truman needs just kind of a blank stare there. He and the offense had been perfect in the turnover department until just now.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a break for the Grizz. See if they can take advantage. They'll take over at their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10. It's Allman that's kind of been taking the place of Barban, but Anzalone's kind of that other guy in the mix that we've seen get some reps tonight. He has yet to make it. It's Barchi that's kind of stepped up tonight.
Yeah, he really has.
Toss. Fade route, one-on-one, and Pond threw it out of bounds. You know, good effort by the receiver there, number 19, Skylar Jensen, to try to stop and wait for it. But you know, if he would have went and caught it, it would have been out of bounds by a yard or so.
Yeah, a little too much traffic with the defender did a good job to run with him, and that's just.
Throw it again. Caught and then dropped by Argyle, maybe a little bit behind him. You know, Dixie's turned up the pressure a little bit, so Pond, you know, he's taking his shots, he's getting out quick, but, you know, we'll see what they have. He's a senior quarterback. They got a lot of underclassmen at wide receiver. The running backs are freshmen as well. Future looks encouraging for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, coach, the defensive coaches for Dixie put the number 1 D-line back in for this big third down.
Dan O'Dette doing a great job. Kind of waited, been around this program for years. His dad was a legendary coach here, and the DC for his 2nd year in a row, and actually 3rd year in a row. Rick Berry was the defensive coordinator here as that pass is thrown out of bounds and incomplete. Rick Berry, of course, then went and took the Desert Hills job. Last year they won a state championship. Then he takes off, and he's now the defensive coordinator at Southern Virginia.
Change of scenery for sure.
Yeah, Buena Vista, I believe. I think Shenandoah Mountains.
I think St. George to Southern Virginia is probably a pretty dramatic change as far as scenery.
Oh, trust me, Coach Berry's kept his house here. He'll be back at some point in time. 1:12 to go, and punt unit on again. This is a different punter now, and this is a better kick. Returnable. Rand Sawyer's going to go right up the middle now, running north and south midfield. Cuts back at the 42. Makes a man miss. Now backpedals, makes another man miss, and tackled finally at the 39, 40-yard line there. You can see guys like Junior Coughlin and Rand Sawyer, they don't want to go down. They want to take it all the way to the house for the call.
No, they are looking to score every time they touch the ball, and that Rand Sawyer, well, he just plays with a lot of fire. We talked about that he's passionate, he's energetic. Sometimes that costs him a little as far as his penalties, but I don't think you can fault a kid for giving all that he's got every time he touches the ball.
Score updates after this play. Truman's still in there, and a run. Loera is going to get a nice gain. It's going to be a gain of 7, almost 8. Check the scoreboard for a playoffs. Stansbury wallops Jordan 62-7 here. With 22 and ticking in the third, it's 48-7, all Flyers. You've got some other scores. I'll get you. Let's go. Bear River, Spanish Fork. Good one shaping up there. 10-10 at the half Salem Hills blowing out Uinta 30-0. Mountain Crest up 28-7 on Tooele. 13-0. Cedar slowing down Adam Moore, Matt Costa, Mo Tonga, Brock Harris, Quincy Jones. No offense for the Panthers so far. Surprising. And Hurricane, how about this Hurricane team? 21-13. They're hanging with Desert Hills. They got beat soundly 2 weeks ago. What was it, 56-7, I think the final score? They're in that one right now, 21-13. There's still about 7 minutes left in the second quarter, so still early action.
Yeah, I saw Hurricane play 2 or 3 times this year in the games that I've called, and the one thing that you can say about them is that they are a team that doesn't quit. A lot of young guys on the team, so if you let them stay in the game, they'll hang around and they'll fight you.
Yeah. Of course, that game also streaming right here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com. So is the Pineview Cedar game. So you get done with this game, you can stick with this to the finish. Then you can go tune into those games. If you're getting out in your car running some Friday night errands, 99.5. 95.3 in St. George, 93.1 in Cedar, or download the Fan Sports Network mobile app, and you can, I think Spencer Rodak is probably sticking with those 2 games because it's a 13-point lead and an 8-point lead. Here, it's a 41-point Flyer lead, looking more and more as we're now to the fourth quarter. Like Dixie is 12 minutes away from a rematch with Park City next week in the second round of the 4A state playoffs. We'll take a 45-second break. Be right back. Fourth quarter coming up. All Flyers 48-7 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Paul Valenzuela. I said it right this time, Paul?
Absolutely. Just think Fernando.
Fernando Valenzuela, Paul Valenzuela. And scissor action, Loera is going to run it, and he's going to get it just shy of midfield on 1st and 25. Flyers, after they ended that third quarter, backed up a little bit against the Chains, but we'll see if they can overcome it. You do have some of the starting offensive line. The reason, if you're wondering, why is Wyatt Truman in the game? Well, Deacon Virgin has been the freshman quarterback. Brock Parrish, who was the starter to start this season, left the program. Week 4, I believe it was. And then one of their other quarterbacks is nicked up too. So they really don't have, and I think Virgin actually was still in concussion protocol early in this week from the last regular season JV game where he got knocked cold. He's a great up-and-coming talent. You know, should be the guy maybe by next
No point in punting with a 41-point lead from your own 35-yard line, so they'll just run a little more clock. And
you know, you got Louis Bennett in the slot. You could go jet sweep, we'll see, or you could just go with Loera, and it will be jet sweep to Bennett. That's what I was thinking. And Bennett's got some wheels, and Bennett's going to get the 30 face mask and a first down, and then they'll tack on a 15-yard penalty there.
That was a little bit of a face mask.
Yep, no question about that one. And you can see the speed of Bennett, though. Already has a rushing touchdown tonight. And Lazare that's all, he got face mask and really didn't let go and whipped him around.
Yeah, and that's a face mask that shows you why it's a penalty, because you could really hurt a player. Snapping his head like that, plus what it could do to his lower body, same as a horse collar tackle where you can injure your knees or your ankles. Instant change of direction like that.
Desert Hills has scored. Javian Cummings touchdown. 28-13, they lead over Hurricane. Another Nets on Fire Region 9 update for you. Here, 48-7. Boulevard home, bringing you high school playoff football, first round action. Now you do have another quarterback into the game, so Truman has been lifted. Loera is going to run it, and he's going to take it down near the 10. That's number 6. That is
Brock Parrish.
And that's not Brock Parrish.
Dante Ochoa? That's who's listed as number 6 on my.
It's got to be him. Yeah, from what I understand, Parrish has left the team.
He just took his jersey off out of the lockers, I guess.
This is Deacon Virgin, I believe. That's why you don't see him on the
roster.
Correct. So he must be good enough to go. He's the freshman quarterback. It's Virgin out there. Yeah, Parrish is not with the team anymore. And gonna scissor action, hand it off. And Loera is going to try to break free. He stays on his feet. He's going to get down near the 5 into the 4-yard line. Great effort there.
Great balance. And that was great balance by Loera to come back and get that play. Kept his balance, even though he was looked like he was almost all the way down. Got his balance, his feet back under him, got to the outside and got down through 1st and goal.
Yeah, kind of fun to get a little sneak peek at what the future could hold with Deacon Virgin. Guys, he's grown a ton, probably 6'1", 6'2" at least right now. His dad's one of the assistant coaches here for Coach Blaine Munkers. Played some college football back in his heyday, and they'll run it to Bennett. And Bennett stretching to the goal line. Touchdown, Louis Bennett, his 2nd of the night. Going to be a 5-yard touchdown run, and the exclamation point for Dixie as they now.
Right, everyone, welcome into the Fan Sports Network studio. I'm Spencer Rodak. That game now.
One more look on the
Cedar and Pineview. Reds
replay.
up
The big score dessert certainly in effect tonight. So if you're a Fly fan, make sure to head over to Yogurtland.
Take a look at this other game. Hurricane Desert Hills. Those games started at the same time.
Fighting his way to the pylon
at half. We've got a minute and 23 seconds left in this game right now. So we'll drop in on the Desert Hills Hurricane with the Thunder leading 28-13.
Pretty safe to say, even though there's still 7:53 to go, that the Flyers are going to be moving on to get a little revenge potentially. Of course, Park City has other plans. That was I think it was like a 24-7 lead, if I'm not mistaken, and Dixie comes. It may have been 24-0. And Dixie came all the way back and nearly won that game, losing 24-21. And it was Wyatt Truman that came in the second half and sparked that comeback. Finley Subaru extra point is up and good. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be right back. Flyers lead it on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 55-7 over Logan.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch the drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9. And from the bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com.
I've got 15 seconds to list all the reasons that you should call Jason Baum at Bay Equity Home Loans. First-time home buyer specialist, down payment assistant loans, investment loans other guys haven't even heard of, reverse mortgages, and so many more to name before I run out of time.
Friday night, playoff football in the air. It's been all Flyers. They have never trailed. Scored on a trick play on their opening drive. Briefly led 14-7. That's the closest Logan has been, and it's now 55-7. Flyers doing it in all 3 phases. And that one into the end zone for the touchback. And for the senior, Keaton Pond, you know, you want to end your career with a good drive here, don't you, Paul? You've had a decent season. You got a lot of young players around you. You'd love to try to finish this one off and drive it down the field 80 yards and score.
Yeah, Logan's playing for a little pride right now. They're going to see probably a lot of subs. second team guys for the Dixie defense, and they're going to come out and see if they can muster some kind of a drive and get a consolation touchdown late in this game.
Here come the Grizz now. I'll put Pingree to Twins receiver at the top of the screen here. I'll run a man in motion. And the senior quarterback, Pond, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Scooter's Coffee sack for the Flyers. And this one by number 35, Tyler Riding.
Yeah, that's one of those subs that is in there playing, gets a sack.
Scooter's Coffee, start your day with amazing drinks served amazingly fast by amazing in Hurricane. Scooter's Coffee, proud sponsor of our sacks. Haven't been many of those tonight. They put a lot of pressure.
On either side, a lot of pressure, but no sacks.
I think that's the first one. Rolling, Pond, going to run it, step out of bounds, pick up a few. Got the sack yardage back plus some, and it's going to be, what is it, 3rd and 6 now? Or it can be 4th and 6.
Good young quarterback, good mobility, and a strong arm. So he's impressed me tonight with his ability to keep his team moving, even though he has been under almost constant pressure every time he's touched the ball.
Correction again, 3rd and 6th here. Almost 3rd and 5, we'll call it. Pond goes empty. Gonna throw. Looks, fakes left, goes back to a receiver screen, caught, and then tackled immediately. Coming up, making the tackle, one of the guys in the secondary, number 16 for the Flyers, right there with that stop. Probably another, freshman or sophomore that we don't have on the varsity roster, but want to give him credit. Nice tackle there, keeping him short of the sticks. And now 4th down and a couple. 4th and 2, flag flies, no play. And officials have been busy tonight. 22 penalties called in this game.
It's another free first down on no play. Different guy playing the outside, that press edge, but he jumped offside just the same.
7 penalties for 47 yards for the Grizz. 16 penalties for 139 for the Flyers.
Yeah, if there's really one glaring thing that needs to be worked on in this in the week getting ready to play Park City for Dixie, it's to be more disciplined and to reduce or eliminate those penalties.
Screen pass complete on 1st down after the penalty, and Carter Jensen hit and dropped right near the line of scrimmage for no gain. 16 again. In on the stop. Check on his name in just a second. Pond stepping up, looking to throw. Sidearm delivery complete. Pingree, great pitch and catch there out to the 49-yard line of Red Rock Real Estate. 1st down for the Grizzlies. And, Pond wants to put one more drive to cap off his career together, and he's doing it right now. That looked like a little Mahomes sidearm action, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Like to see that for the senior. Right up the middle. Now he's going to take a shot. Left boundary. Fade route one-on-one and incomplete. And they were both tangled up there. No flags flying, though.
A little bit underthrown, and his guy gave a great effort to come back to the ball, but the Dixie defender was just right there with him, stride for stride. No call on the play either way, and bring up a 2nd down just short of midfield for the Logan Grizzlies.
Pond out of the gun. 2nd down and 10. Clock just ticking down to 4:20 for these seniors for Logan. Last chance to make a play. Throwing a bullet over the middle off the hands of the intended receiver, and it is incomplete.
A little too hot to handle for Argyle, and it brings up a 3rd down and 10.
The draw for Dixie, we haven't really talked about the bracket much tonight, but them being the only Region 9 team on the left side of the bracket with Skyview and some of those teams, Ridgeline. Good draw for the Flyers. They don't have to, play Crimson or Snow Canyon or any of the top Desert Hills, the defending state champs. They're all in the same quadrant on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
So you look at the bracket, the Flyers will play Park City next week, and then they're going to play the winner of the Timpanogos Mountain Crest game because I think Mountain Crest is winning right now. Check that score for you real quickly. Mountain Crest is, I remembered it earlier, it was 28-7 earlier. See if I can get an update. Now it's 42-7. So Timpanogos, Mountain Crest, if the Flyers could beat Park City, would await. And then obviously you'd get into the semis, and then a team like Skyview could be waiting there. We'll have to wait and see. It's so early. It's just the first round, but that's the potential path. And I talked to Coach Munkers on Wednesday as that pass into the end zone off the hands of Argyle, incomplete. He loved the draw. He's like, 2 years ago I hated the draw. Last year it was great. This year is great. He's like, every year's different. You never know what kind of draw you're going to get.
Yeah, if you're a low. Ineligible man downfield against Logan.
All right, it looks like that one we're actually having some audio difficulties on the YouTube stream. So I'm going to switch that one.
3:07 to go, and the flag will go against the Grizzlies.
Oh, here we go.
Ball called.
We got the sound back.
And 55-7. I don't know if you could hear our crowd mic with the referee there.
Score 55-7, Dixie over Logan with 3 minutes to play. 3:07 to play in the fourth quarter.
Probably not too early to start thinking about some of our awards tonight. We got our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, the Hearst Ace Hardware Play of the Game, our Sub of the Game, Defensive Play of the Game, all coming up in the conclusion of this one. Pawn throwing, and a good play again. We've seen 16 for Dixie make a couple of great tackles, and now great coverage. Maybe got away. They might have got him. He might have grabbed that arm. It could have been PI. I was about to get to that, and then I saw the flag on the ground. But at least he's in a position to get there a little bit early. It looked like the back arm was tugging.
Yeah, he got there a little early, and that's going to give Logan another first down.
If you're a Logan fan, you're really rooting. And I'm kind of rooting for them to find a way for these seniors, especially this quarterback, Keaton Pawn, to get into the end zone. Love to see him hit a Jalen Argyle, another senior, for a score, or somebody that's a senior, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Ryan Lazari or somebody like that that's a senior. Again, very young football team. I bet they don't even have 20 seniors on this roster. Dump it into the flat. There is Lazari. Tackle quickly made at the 28-yard line. And it'll be it'll be third and about 5. Correction, second down.
Yeah, on the running clock, they got to hurry up a little bit if they're going to try to score one more time.
So second down 7. Actually didn't give him as good a spot as I thought. My mistake. Stepping up in the pocket. Now Pawn rolling, going to run, trying to get the edge. And he'll tuck out of bounds.
He's got some pretty good speed. Got around the corner and looks like he might have gotten the first down. Did.
Question is, I don't know.
Inside the red zone.
The running clock is not running. Maybe they stop it just long enough to move the chains.
Yeah.
Now they'll wind it. Last grasp here to try to get some points on the board. Final drive offensively, you would assume, for these seniors' careers at Logan High. They'll run it. And down to the 15. Hard-nosed run by, who is that, number 9, I believe. Axel.
Yeah, and he's hurt. Still down on the turf.
Baertes is down. I've seen him go in motion, but that's the first run I believe he's got tonight. And yeah, he's pounding the turf. You hate to see an injury with 146 in a 55-7 game. He just takes a hit and then just kind of gets landed on that low leg there. Looking at the left knee, and we'll take a 30-second injury timeout. I want to thank our great sponsors, Handel's Homemade Ice Cream, Intermountain Sports Performance, Luke Udy at American Family Insurance, some of our great sponsors bringing you tonight's game. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Red Ledges Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledges Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Well, they're helping Dura Bayartes off the field, and I don't know if I pronounced that name. How'd I do, Paul?
You did all right. He's not putting any weight on his
That's
left
not
leg.
good.
Hope it's
Yeah.
good.
Sorry if I mispronounced his name. Hope he's okay. Dura Bayartes is the way I see it, but
he made a nice run.
Right at the end, here's the Holbrook Asphalt replay. He just kind of lands the tail, his butt on like the calf and knee area.
Yeah.
It didn't look like egregious, like it twisted or popped or moved, you know.
Yeah, it looked like a high ankle sprain.
Could have been. And wide open, Pingree diving!
Oh, just
And
off
the
his fingertips.
Corner of the end zone. Great effort by Pingree trying to get Pond one more senior touchdown, and he just couldn't get to it.
Nice scheme on that, and a pretty good throw, just a little bit overthrown.
Really good design in the play calling, and it looked like, you know, somebody was playing zone. James McKeon maybe should have been man there. You kind of saw him kind of hit himself on the head like that was my bad, but he got away with it. Now they go back into the end zone over the middle, and there is the senior to senior.
That's what you called right
Pond
there.
to Argyle. Good for them guys. Touchdown, Grizz.
Yeah, it's a nice way to go out. If you don't ever play any more football in your life, at least you remember your last throw as a senior quarterback and your last catch as a senior wide receiver was for a touchdown in the playoffs.
Argyle started on the outside on the left, and he just kind of runs a skinny post route, almost just a fade route, really. And touchdown. Got a lot of young guys in on defense, but you still enjoy that moment. And 55-13 PAT is not going to be a 2-point try. Going to roll out, throw, 2-point conversion. Lazari, no, he didn't get his feet in. They said
didn't hold it.
Did he not hold it, or did he not get his feet in? I couldn't tell. There in the far coffin corner. Let's take a look at that 2-point conversion one more time if we have it, Cannon. No, don't have it? Okay. That's okay. No good. Doesn't matter. 55-13. They got the touchdown senior to senior. I'm happy.
Now the question is, are they going to kick onside, or are they just going to kick it away?
Nothing to lose. I mean, Dixie recovers, Dixie returns, fair catches, whatever you want to do. They take a couple knees, this game's over. I don't think you're burning timeouts at this point in time to try to get the ball back. You had the moment there where you got those senior to senior, Pond to Argyle touchdown. You know the writing's on the wall, minute 24 to go. It's still a running clock.
Yeah.
Cedar is winning 20-0 right now over Pineview. Really surprised. Pineview's not been able to score on the road up at Cedar. That game is streaming right here on the fansportsnetwork.com, KSLsports.com. Desert Hills gets a 28-13 lead. There's still about 3 minutes left in the first half in that one. So Hurricane hanging around. You want to watch either of those games? TheFanSportsNetwork.com. Looks like we're going to have a triple header again next week. Hopefully, we'll have 2 inter-region games. We'll have the winner of the Pineview Cedar game and the winner of they'll get Crimson. And the winner of the Desert Hills Hurricane game, they'll play at Snow Canyon. And then we know Dixie will be up at Park City. So just like tonight, we have 3 region games. We'll have 3 more next week. But we're going to have some attrition next week with 2 of those games head-to-head in Region 9.
Yeah.
And then we're guaranteed another Region 9 game the following week. So 5 of the 8 first-round games are going to be. And they kind of sell it like he's not going to run it. And then Sawyer turns on the Jets, gets it out across the 35 to the 37. And the Flyers can go to a knee here, you would assume. Sawyer wanted to take that to the house? Or
yeah,
what?
he was, like I said, when he's out there, he wants to play.
Yeah. I love the way Rand Sawyer plays.
Yeah, he wants to compete on every snap for sure.
Sometimes, you know, he's a little over the edge, and you got to reel him back a little bit, but I would rather try to do that than try to get somebody's motor going that just won't go.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Munker's been stressing him, hey, be smart, but boy, this kid plays the game hard. Deacon Virgin, the freshman, back out there. Out of the shotgun. Gives it to Loera. Loera is going to take it out across the 40, fighting for the 43, and he got to the 43.
I think they might have to snap the ball one more time, but I think that's going to be it.
Yep. This one's on ice. Flyers going to win at 55-13. Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. Hearst Ace Hardware. Player of the Game. We'll pick one for each team. Jersey Mike Sub of the Game. All coming up inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game. Dr. Cody and staff make your kids feel right at home with all your dental needs. We'll clean it all up for you, hand out some awards, put a bow on this. We'll get Paul's thoughts on that rematch, Dixie and Park City, next Friday night. It'll be probably a 5 or 6 o'clock start. We'll have to wait. The 80s will probably talk over the weekend, and they'll figure it out. The default time's 6 if you don't agree to move it to 5 or 7. They're going to say that's it. Game over. Final score 55-13. Flyers moving on in the 4A State Plus. We'll take a quick 60-second timeout. Come back with the Johnson Pediatric postgame show after this one is on ice.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hearst Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. Hearst General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Devin Dixon, Paul Vallo. Oh my gosh, now I'm thinking about it. Gee, Christmas. It's been a long week. Valenzuela hanging out with me here. Paul's been fun. 2 out of 3 weeks we got to work together. Good to know I'm learning your name. And Flyers win it. 55-13 Johnson Pediatric postgame show. We'll roll some highlights. As we do so, we're going to hand out some awards. We're going to get you all the final Adams Wealth Advisor statistics for you. Little lopsided in the statistical category, but a lot of meaningful statistics. First, the team statistics. How about for the Dixie Flyers, 226 yards on the ground. Unbelievable. Even with the lost TFLs and the net rushing yards, 215. That's a really good number for a high school football game.
Yeah.
And you look at the passing yardage. Didn't need to throw it a lot tonight, but it's still 158 yards in the air. Most of that came in the first half.
Yeah. Almost 400 yards of total offense. We can combine that with some turnovers, and you can see how they scored 55 points.
Yep, did get some late yardage for Logan to make the total yardage 373 for the Dixie Flyers, 235 for the Logan Grizzlies. How about this, though? Dixie, even running the ball in the second half, continues clock 8.9 yards per play. That won't be that easy next week against Park City, but that's a really good number.
Yeah.
Silas Russell had a great game tonight as well. As you look at something over 100 yards and a score into the night with 105 yards on 14 carries. Loera came in there down the stretch there, 8 carries for 36 yards. You look at Truman, just 5 out of 7 tonight, but 2 touchdowns, and more importantly,
no picks.
Yes, sir.
Clean.
No.
He only had the one turnover in the game.
The trick play.
And that was late in the game. So
the trick play. So Sawyer goes 1 for 1 for a 37-yard and a passing touchdown for Rand Sawyer. Receiving, how about David Barchi? All in the first half, 3 catches, 76 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sawyer 1 catch, 60 yards, and another touchdown. And Junior Coughlin had a couple of catches as well in there as the Flyers run away in the first round win tonight 55-13 over Logan. And then there's all the special teams plays, the pick six from Junior Coughlin and the punt returns. I mean, they had it all working in all three phases.
Yeah, I think I talked in the pregame that I thought as far as you're missing out, Barban's hurt, who's going to step up and be a leader? And I put my finger on number 8, Coughlin, said he needed to have a big game. He had a monster game. Had a long punt return, had a pick six, had another long punt. I think he had 2 long punt returns in the game. Played great on defense, played great on offense. And for me, he's the glue that held the whole thing together and really motivated his team, and is the player of the game for me for Dixie.
Your Hearst Ace Hardware player of the game, I concur, Junior Coughlin. Although Rand Sawyer throwing one, catching one, should add another punt return if there's not a silly penalty.
Everybody played well tonight, right?
But right here, pick six. This is your Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game too, right?
Yeah, that was the
pick six.
Kind of a momentum changer. And if you look at them, that was the drive where they were out there. It was 28-7. They were trying to make it 28-14 before the half, and that pick six just really turned things. And then they scored again 2 more times really fast just before halftime and really just put the thing to bed.
Another there's the block in the back right there. Didn't need to do that, but cost him that punt return for Rand Sawyer. But he had an incredible game, throwing one and catching one tonight, even though he should have had a 3rd touchdown that was taken off the board on a silly penalty. You look at our Mountain Land defensive play of the game. I wanted to tell you about Mountain Land. Featuring Bryant, your home for Bryant Heating and Air, Bryant whatever it takes. Go check it out. Mountain Land Supply, proud sponsor of our defensive play of the game. This would have been probably the second one. Seth Morby with another interception. Flyers had 3 interceptions tonight.
Yeah.
Great job by Morby jumping that fake punt pass and you can see Keaton Pond just like, oh, I made a mistake. The senior, though, did get his touchdown on that last drive. And if you're going to name an Hearst Ace Hardware play of the game, it's probably either Pond or Pingree tonight.
I think I'd put it on the senior leader. Yeah. He kept them, like we mentioned, they came out on that last drive and said, are these guys going to show a little pride and stick their chest out and score one more touchdown for their school in the last of this playoff game? And he really led a nice drive, took him down the field, and got that one more score.
How about this for your old Grist Mill bread and butter play of the game? That was a great little Mahomes-esque sidearm throw.
That little sidearm throw was...
Probably the bread and butter play of the game, though, was probably that closing touchdown, senior to senior, Pond to Argyle for the Grizzlies.
In a losing effort, but it was nice to end on a little bit of an up note with one more touchdown for your team on the way out.
Let's take a look at our Jersey Mike sub of the game. It's probably Allman because he's got to come in for Jackson Barbin, and he got a few targets. Didn't actually get a catch in this game, but was out there. Allman and also Canzalone, those 2 guys, they're going to need to continue to try to make plays. But it was Barchi. He's been a starter all year that really had the big performance in the receiving.
Yeah, he stepped up and made the catches that they needed him to. The production that they knew they were losing with Barbin, Barchi came back and said, guys, throw it to me. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, Loera is probably your Jersey Mike sub of the game when it's all said and done on hustle plays like this. The second string running back came in and ran the ball hard. Let's go with him as your Jersey Mike's sub of the game, a sub above the rest. Deacon Virgin got his first ever varsity snaps in a playoff game at home tonight. Pretty cool for number 6, the freshman quarterback. Lucio Bennett, 2 touchdowns on the ground tonight. Productive game for him as well. So our AWP Playmaker play of the game, I'm going back to the first play of the game. That kind of set the tone.
Yeah, set the tone.
Rand Sawyer,
first touchdown.
The trick play, hits David Barchi, 37-yard touchdown. That's your AWP Playmaker play of the game. It's easy to think to buy direct and save. This one could be a nominee too. This is the 60-yarder to Rand Sawyer. This one was just as pretty.
Yeah, that one. You could combine the 2 and say there's
that whole sequence.
Rand Sawyer receiving it on one end and throwing it on the other end, made 2 great plays early in the game when the thing wasn't decided, the outcome wasn't decided, and he made 2 big plays that really took the air out of the Logan Grizzlies and gave his team the momentum.
Yeah, this is the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Final thoughts, Paul, as we put a bow on this thing?
Just absolutely love high school football. Have for as long as I've been around it. It's a great competitive sport. It's a great way for guys to learn about being a team, and we saw it in Dixie, who came out tonight and executed their game plan, and we saw it in a losing effort with Logan, who came out at the end, buckled their chin straps and said, hey guys, let's go down and score one more touchdown as a team before we go. So it was a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to be here.
Park City next Friday, the 27th. Dixie will be on the road. They're the 13 seed, taking on the 4 seed. Well, you know, if that it ends up staying at 6 o'clock or if they move that game an hour or so, but that's the default time, 6 p.m. for a second round action. We'll keep an eye on the other scores right now. Pineview just got on the board. It's 20-7. So see if Pineview can come back. Go to the fansportsnetwork.com. You can switch over to that game. It's in the second half. And Desert Hills Hurricane, that game is still at the half, about to start the second half. Again, this has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. I want to thank our Logan sponsors helping out one more time tonight. Got a great group of people that have been with the Grizz all season. We were coming at you tonight on KVNU 610 AM 102.1 FM, also on CashValleyDaily.com. Adams Wealth Advisors, Old Grist Mill, McDonald's, The Logo Shop, Planet Fitness, Napa, Logan Cash Rich Credit Union, Les Olson Company, State Farm Agent Lena Powell, Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, Cache Valley Auto Care, DD Auto Salvage, and CashValleyDaily.com. Thank you to our Logan sponsors. Privilege for Paul and I to call the game to you. The season comes to an end for the seniors, but a little high note there, driving down the field and getting that senior-to-senior touchdown as Argyle reeled it in from Pond. But it's the Flyers that are moving on. They punch their ticket to the second round. They'll take on Park City next week. The final score on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard with a local shop. Dixie wins it 55-13. For our entire crew, we'll see you next week for more 4A state football on the Fan Sports Network and the fansportsnetwork.com. Good night from Dixie High.